pommi lasti, mutta ei toimi. Ja Havu lähtee kuitenkin ottamaan sen forcen sinne Dessu ja laitellaan näiden Dotolla nyt sitten scoutti. Ja taskun pohjalla Styko PP Bison. Selvä.
Joo, mikäpä jottei.
Mitäs nyt tapahtuu?
Ei Kristan vaan hengaa siinä vai?
Otetaanko me restart?
Taisi tulla, tuliko FPS-bugi vai lenskö joku?
Me pelataan tämä kierros uusiksi. Se on nyt sitten.
Siellä on vähän
siinä on
levolla.
Siinä on nyt joku levolla. Styko osti Bisonia ja jäi levähtämään.
joku karma juttu.
Kyllä, otetaan uusi yritys.
Eli sitten odotellaan. Styko paino siinä ihan kivan pistolikierroksen ja vähän onnekasta Godsentille, että tuli lopulta se Stykon katkeaminen tai mikäli jäätyminen sitten olikaan. Et se ei tullut tuossa pistolikierroksella. 3 fragi siis Stykolla taulussa ja nyt lähdetään ottamaan uutta yritystä kakkoskierrokselle. Hyvää aikaan se tuli kyllä, että saatiin se kierros pelattua uudestaan. Ei tarvii ratkoa kierroksia sillä, että joku tippuu palvelimelta.
No voi olla, että otti vaan sen takia, että osti vähän väärän pyssyn ja vedettiin restartti. Kierroksella ei kuitenkaan ollut kerennyt tapahtumaan vielä mitään, niin se on sääntöjen mukaan sallittu. Joukkueet voi pyytää sitä restarttia ja sieltä otettiin sitten. Farliikki painaa kuitenkin Dotto nyt ensimmäisenä sinne pihalle nippuun, kun auki siellä. Hän laulattelee ja Seni sitten kattelee tuossa mainin puolella. Siellä on kuitenkin pihalle tulossa 2 Havun kaveria. Sitten valmiiksi vastaan ja 2 maijalee tuossa aulassa. Joukkueet kuitenkin pelasi Nukea tuossa syyskuun alussa vastakkain. Silloin Godsent oli 16-12 lukemin parempi. Mutta sekin oli tiukka vääntö. Muistan katsoneeni tätä kyseistä taistoa.
Tiukka vääntö, mutta tämä kierros on sitten ihan kaikkea muuta. Havu pisti kaikki rahansa likoon, sai enimmäkseen dessuja. Ja niillä dessulla ei näytä nyt sit saavan kyllä oikein mitään irti. Pommin päällä istutaan siinä CT-puolella Zenin toimesta, eli Zen on punaisen takana möllöttelemässä. Ja lähtee rankasemaan nyt sitten vanhaa tiimikaverinsa Slovi. Ottaako jopa puukolla pikkuhenkiset siitä? Elikkä sinne tippuu Slovi, sen ottaa 1,5 tonnia löysää pankkiinsa. Godsent johtaa 2-0 ja kyllä tässä nyt aika myrskyvaroituksen antaa Godsentti heti alkuunsa. Pakottaa Havu nyt täydelle säästölle.
Niin se Inferno ei kuitenkaan ollut Lyngby Vikingsia vastaan ehkä sitten mikä se tyyli puhtain, mutta siitä pelistä on kuitenkin jo aikaa. Muutama hassu tunti, et siinä on kyllä Godsentikin äijät kerännyt heräilemään tähän päivään. Käy ottaa pikku DM:t ja kaikkea muuta mukavaa. Niin, kyllä siinä on varmasti herätty taistelemaan ja tiedetään se, että jos tässä nyt otetaan sitten voitto, niin sit saa levätä sunnuntaihin ja toki joukkueen mukana. Ja perjantaina Olkovissa New Yorkin, vaan Beijingin karsinnoissa IEM-turnaus silloin kyseessä, niin se alkaa sitten perjantaina se rytäkkä, mutta Maadeni painaa ihan näppärästi siihen savuun. Nämä on aina noin kierrokset, kaveri pelaa pelkillä klokeilla, niin silloin on hyvä aika puhua kaikenlaista muuta diipadaapaa, koska yllätysarvo klokeilla on aika pieni.
Harmillista nyt sinänsä Havun kannalta, että siellä ei ole saatu pahemmin tiputeltua Godsentin pelaajilla huonommilla ostoilla pois. Eli päälle 4 tonnin pankki on kaikilla Godsentin pelaajilla. Ja jatkavat luonnollisesti bonuskierroksella nyt sitten tätä seuraavaa. Eli Farrikilla ei vielä nähdä avikkaa kourassa. Auki on toki myöskin tosi vaarallinen kapistus Farlikin kätösissä. Hyvä liekki punaisen taakse ja kyllä siinä on semmonen käppi, mistä sen pääsee rankasemaan, mutta ei saa kuitenkaan frakättyä Dotto, eli Dotto pääsee kun pääseekin Secretin portaikkoon seikkailemaan. Pitäisi saa vaan 3 tiimikaveria vielä perässä.
Ei sitä uskalla kuitenkaan Sore vielä lähteä nyt sitten kaveriksi. Onko siinä joku käppi siinä sovussa, että sitä uskota mennä vai iskikö? Ei siinä vaan itse asiassa ootella, että lähtisikö Godsentti esimerkiksi hakemaan tuolta Secretin portaikosta vastapalloa, mutta Styko peloilee hyvin passiivisesti täällä alakerrassa. Ei lähde nyt turhaa yhtään höntyilemään sinne. Tiedostetaan tilanne, että Havu nyt on ottanut pihamaa haltuun ja koitetaan sen mukaan elää. Slovi saa sitä Maadenin koppipuskulta, mutta samaten pääsee Farlikki treidaamaan tuolta rampilta. Tätä 4-4 jatketaan. Mikä tässä on tavallaan nyt niin Godsentin kannalta kuitenkin hyvä juttu, niin siellä on aika lailla tasatarkkaan tietoa, missä Havun kaverit pystyy olemaan.
Aulasta kävi siinä hyvät infot Farlikin, tai no ei kovinkaan syvälle mennyt, ja nyt kun Stykokaa kurkkaamassa, niin se oli kyllä aika vaarallisen näköistä touhua, ja kuolemaan se päättyykin. Eli 4-3 Havulle heidän ensimmäisellä asekierroksella. Eksevinen Dotto jyssäättää samoin tein seuraavat fragit tauluun. Ja Parkilla on nyt kuitenkin sen verran pankkiin, niin kuin koko muullakin Godsendin tiimillä, että koittaa viiä vielä pyssyjä pois Havun pelaajilta. Enempää ei parani Havun tästä menettää. Siellä kuitenkin tulee sitä voittomassiivaa se reilu 3 tonnia. Joten jos menee liian tiukaksi, jos ei jää tarpeeksi porukkaa henkiin, niin se seuraavan kierroksen osto voi olla vähän tahmeempi. Mutta pääasia kuitenkin, että saadaan Havukin nyt tulostaululle.
Onkin on mukava säästö, se voi heittää kaverille ja ostaa itselle tarvittaessa vaikka AVP:nkin vielä. Ja siinä ramppiboksin takana pystyykin vaan Farliikki nyt sitten majailemaan. Säästää myös tuon puhtaan kuoleman rekordin vielä, josta se säilyy hengissä. Ei ole vielä Farliikkia saatu meinaa kertaakaan nipistettyä pois päiviltä. Pommikin pamahtaa se merkiksi, että Havuselta ottaa nyt avaavan kierroksen terroristipuolella. Ja pääsee sitä myötä sitten mahdollisesti ketjuttelemaan niitä.
10-1 on aika tujakka head-to-head-rekordi kielemättä Godsendilla.
Joo.
Havuun vastaan, että ei ole Havulla ihan... No siinä kyllä Disturbed sanoikin toki tuossa mediapäivillä ennen turnausta parisen viikkoa tai muutama viikkoinen turnauksen alku, että Godsend on heidän nemesis. Ja tuo ehkä tiivistää kyllä tuo rekordin sen varsin hyvin. Tämä Godsendin poppohan on pelannut siis myöskin Smash-organisaation alla ja No Chance nimellä ennen kuin menivät sinne Smashiin. Eli paljon on ollut tälläkin rakkaalla lapsella nimiä. Niille jää muuten vain 10 HP:tä noista paukutuksista jäljelle. Eli sikäli ihan hyvä startti nyt Havulla kierrokselle, mutta vielä ei niitä frageja ole tarttunut Haviin.
Sekin muistaakseni se Smash, että joukkue lähti sieltä, niin siihenkin muistaakseni liittyy jotakin draamaa.
Joo, siis siinä ei ilmeisesti jotkut jutut ihan toteutunut silleen niin kuin ne oli sopinut, mutta Smash sai kuitenkin toisen tiimin sitten heidän tilalleen.
Ei
sen jälkeen, mutta... No ei kieltämättä. Että kyllä siinä Godsend ihan hyvän kaappauksen sitten teki siinä vaiheessa, kun Smashista oli lähtenyt No Chance ukot eroon.
Rampi kautta lähtee Havu sieltä nyt sitten etenemään. Ja Dotto tuonne Secretin portaikkoon on nyt sitten sukeltamassa. Farlikki on kuitenkin ottanut rampit ja pakkia. Aika ikävä valo tupsahtaa naamalle. Siinä on kyllä ihan maidoissa niin sanotusti. Farliikki, Styko pelaa hyvin tuosta ramppisavun reunalta, saa siitä yhden kaverin, mutta Exveni pääsee treidaamaan. P-pommipaikka on nyt Havulla hallussa. Siellä ei ole ketään puolustajaa enää paikalla, Dotolla on tää Secretti tiedossa. Ventti on nyt, mistä sinne tällä hetkellä päästään, joten tää Doton sijainti on erittäinkin tärkeä, mutta kun sinne nyt Farliikki samaten Doton niittasee, niin sen jälkeen koko Secretin käytävystä avautuu nyt sitten oikeastaan Godsendille riiteikkiä varten.
Aika karu, että näkyy pelkkä pää ja silti sai se yhden keho-osuman AK:lla 27 teki damagea. Ei ollut kovinkaan hyvää tuuri nyt sit Dotolla tuossa. Pää oli tarjolla. Fark ottaa seuraavankin frakin. Sore ja Savia 2-4. Savi ottaa eka fraki, ottaa toisenkin. Nyt on loistava peli. Sen jälkeen vaan 10 HP:ta. Pommi tikittää todella luja. Kitit löytyy Zeniltä. Ja nyt kun Zeni kuolee, niin Savi vaan hoitaa homman. 4 fragia Saville tässä Afterplantissa. Ja ei tuottanut tuskaa tää 2-4 ensinkään Havun pelisisäiselle johtajalle.
Savi on kyllä tunnettu näistä, että sitten kun tarvitaan sitä tulivoimaa, pitää ottaa niitä tappoja, niin tässä on herra, joka niitä kyllä sitten tarvittaessa osaa suorittaa. Et erittäin mielenkiintoinen pelaaja siitä mielessä, että jos joukkueella rullaa niin kuin kaikki hyvin, kaikki suorittaa, niin sitten se Savi ei välttämättä ole se kirkkain tähti, mutta tiukkojen tilanteiden tulee, niin jotenkin tuntuu, että Savi siinä vaiheessa lähtee aina nostamaan osakkeita.
Ja harvemmin tarvii kieltämättä Savin sitä duunia isommin tehdä, että siellä on kyllä kieltämättä Slovia, Dotto ja varsinkin Zorre Havikkansa kanssa monesti ne kovimmat iskijät. Ja tilastojen valossa varsinkin Zorre sitä on viime aikoina ollut. 1.16 reittiinkin, nimittäin tällä viisikolla pelatessa on Zorrella ollut. Savilla vaan 0.76, eli reitingin puolesta ei tosiaan Savilta kannata tuommoisia huippusuorituksia kovin usein ootella. Slovi saa tiputettua Zenin nyt 12 HP. Hän jälleen kerran sen heti tästä alkukierroksesta heikossa hapessa. Tällä kertaa ovat kuitenkin säästökierroksella, eli eivät ole tältä kierroksesta voittoa budjetoinutkaan. Ja Exveni kopista lahtaa nyt sitten Zenin ja Krystallin. Slovi on tulossa tässä kuitenkin jo selkäpuolelle. Katsoo sen Tetris-kulman tarkkaan ja löytääkin sieltä modelin nyt sitten pois. Näin ja Farlikki ja Styko. 2 sitten jäljellä ja asettaa sieltä varmasti koittaa vaan Farlikki itselleen rosvota. Styko pitelee tuosta M4:stä kiinni, mikä sieltä nyt sitten löytyy taskun pohjalta. Havu tasoittaa pelin 3-3 ja lähtee nyt sitten hävity pistoolin, hävity Forcen jälkeen, kun saa aseet kouraan, niin lähtee sitten kyllä myllyttelemään ihan urakalla. Hetki tässä ootella, että pommi posahtelee. Ja ihan tosiaan nopeana tilastokatsauksena voi jo Havulta muistakin pelaajista todeta, että Dotto ja Slovi on painanut päälle ykkösen reitingillä 1.08 ja 1.04. Ja sitten siellä Exemen on pykälän alle ykkösessä 0,98 tässä rosterissa pelaillessa. Toki tähän ei ole nyt lisätty sitten tuota viimeisintä kamppailua, jossa oli oikeastaan kyllä koko havun rosteri aika hyvässä iskussa. Katsentilla oli muuten 3 pelaajaa päälle 100 ADR:llä tuossa Heijon avausottelussa, eli siellä oli kyllä todellakin kovaa iskemistä.
Aika lisää nappasee Godsent kyllä tässä vaiheessa. Mä lähten nyt sitten miettimään, että miten tätä saisi pieltyä hallussa. Tässä nähdään vielä tää Savin aikaisempi rundi. Niitä ja pari näppärää tonne rampille ja tähän ovelle, niin nappi pohjaan ja nautiskella. Noin ikkeesti.
Helppo ja kivaa Saville. No, Savilla vaan 8 fragia tosiaan siihen ensimmäiseen nukeen, minkä Havu pelasi. Et siinä otti yhteen kierroksen puolet siitä koko kartan fragi lukemasta. Ja nyt sitten saadaan seuraavaa kierrosta käynti. Kierros numero 7 ja ostokierros Godsentilla. Tappiobonus 2,900, eli kyllä sillä säästöhommat koittaa, jos tästä ei tule voittoa. Farik lähtee pihalle, ei ole siellä yksin, koska Zen on mukana, mutta nätti avaus tappot Soresta. Ja ottaa vähän sieltä savujenkin reunosta vielä Dotonkin. Melkein olisin ihan laittanut siihen sen leimaa, että savujen läpi. Se tulee kuitenkin vasta Zenin fragiin. Slovi ja Exemen alkaa kuitenkin sitten aukomaan. 2 vastaan 5 muuttuu tosi äkkiä 2 vastaan 2. Ja tää on ihan tehtävissä.
Näin, sieltä pommi on kuitenkin vielä pihamaalla. Slovi vaan heittelee savuja tonne aalle ja koittaa sillä hämätä. Sieltä kuitenkin lähtee Farlikki itse asiassa levittämään tuota orrelta hyvinkin leviäksi. Ja tietää, että siellä aalle ei ole ketään. Tyko kattelee tuon aulan kiinni. Ei tää nyt vielä kierrosvoitoksi ole Havulle kääntymässä, mutta tää aika pitkälti riippuu mitä tässä duelissa käy, jos sieltä Tyko lähtee puskemaan.
Ai.
Ikävä ajoitus.
Epäonnekasta. Excelillä kuitenkin 1 vastaan 2 pommi matkassa ja huomattavasti mukavampaa mennä se pommi matkassa. Ei silleen niin kuin tuossa oli Dignitasta vastaan, että pommi oli orrella Dignitaksella yhdellä vähän epäonnekkaalla kierroksella, jossa Excel voitti 1 vastaan 3. Hiljaa hiipii rampin suuntaan ja Styko on tiputtautunut alapommi paikalle. Kahtelee ihan oikeaan suuntaan, mutta siinä on pieni uhkapeli tehtävä, että kahtoako kumpaa noista rööreistä, ellei sitten saa tiimikaverinsa kahtomaan toista.
Sitä hiipii. 25 sekuntia aikaa, ei tässä nyt ihan liikaa. Loosasellakaan oo sitten tuota kelloa käytettävissä saman tien kolahtaa pään. Ai tässä. Uusi hopeaa jäljelle ja Styko käy nyt varalta laittamassa vielä kerran. Tukka pöllyä. Godsent takas piikki paikalle 4-3. Tää oli kaunista katsottavaa. Ja Farkilta ollaan totuttu kyllä näkemään, että silloin kun on pelihuumori päällä, niin tota kaveria kyllä piettele mikään.
Ja iso syy, minkä takia Farlik vaihdettiin Michaelin tilalle tähän rosteriin, niin sitä on sen useammassakin haastiksessa sanonut, että Farlik uskaltaa tehdä niitä pelejä. Varsinkin nukeessa uskaltaa haastaa noiden erilaisten pihasavujen takaa ja vierestä ja päältäkin vähän joka suunnasta. Viime kierros siitä siis malli esimerkki. Nyt kun Farlik lähtee haastamaan tuota kopin suunnasta, niin se sitten meneekin vähän ohrasemmin.
Näin, sieltä Dotto lähtee vallonturviin tuosta savusta läpi. Siinä on kuitenkin Zenillä semmoinen kulma, että se valo ei valottele. Pääsee tästä varreen perältä poimimaan Dottoon sekä Zoren. Yllättää sieltä ihan täydellisesti kyllä. Nämä pihapelurit siellä tehdään jälleen. Aulaan aggressiivisuus. Siellä saa pommi samalla kun Slovi sinne kuolee. Ja Savilla nyt sitten 1 vastaan 4 olisi edessä. Mutta ei ole sieltä helpoimmasta päästä.
2 suunnasta tulossa vastustajia, eli selkään sieltä on hiipimässä Styko ja kumppanit. Ei nyt oikein mennä tarttua sit Savilla. Ei ollenkaan näytä samalta kuin tuossa yhdessä maagisen hyvässä Afterplantissa. Savilla ei muuten frageja vielä muuta kuin siltä kierrokselta, eli nimenomaan suorittaa sillä kun tarvii. Nyt ei kuitenkaan pysty siihen Savikaan. 2 tonnia pankissa sillä useammallakin havun pelaille, joten säästöhommat kutsuu. Sorella oli sen verran löysää, että saa jopa avikka oston ihellensä. Ja tää saattaa kieltämättä yllättää Godsentia, että sieltä tulee pistoleja ja 1 avikka.
Lähtee vetämään leviäksi. Siellä on kuitenkin kulma kiinni Farlikilla ja sitten Sore ei saa sitä tradea nyt aikaa, mitä siinä haettiin. Ja Farlikki ottaa sen jälkeen vähän passiivisempaa kulmaa kiinni.
Ei olikin Dotto.
Dotto painaa Dessulla nippuun, mutta sama se OVP nyt paljastuu sieltä, kun Sore laukaisee kerran. Vastaan 4 kääntyy. Se oli ihan mielenkiintoinen.
Hyvä ajoitus kyllä kieltämättä. Ja siis vähän epätodennäköisempi, että Dessulla ottaa tuommoisen matkan päästä sen laakin sitten pihahalliin. Mutta hyvä suorittamista joka tapauksessa. Ja Zore nyt vaan hiipii tähtäin päällä eteenpäin Secretin portaikkoa pitkin. Samaan aikaan pari tiimikaverit taitaa olla pommin kanssa. Ovatko terroristi aulassa kenties? Nyt alkaa näkymään pää sieltä Zorelle.
Ei näy.
Ai.
Nyt näkyy soreen päin.
Dotto taas! Mitä? Miten tää on mahdollista?
Dotto ottaa siltä killstealaa. No ei nyt sentään. Sieltä nyt sitten Dotto vuorostaa jälleen. Poimii M4 tällä kertaa tyykään sieltä pois.
Se oli viimeinen fragi, minkä vetää se tuosta Zoren nenäeestä ainakin. Et nyt ei meitä enää hämätä tässä. Tämä on ollut aikamoista selostajien kiusaamista Doton toimesta. Sen Kristallia 2-3. Tämä on erittäin hyvä kierros jo nyt Havulle. Säästökierros siis 2 tonnia osto ja on hyvät mahkut voittaa kierros siihen päälle vielä. Sen Kristalli nyt vähän taitaa pohtia muutenkin, että onko vörtti edes mennä. Ovat kuitenkin antanut siinä vastustajille pyssyt. Ja kyllä tässä lähdetään kahtelemaan vaan exittejä. Varmi pitää pyssyistä kiinni. Ei ole nimittäin hullupankki myöskään Godsentilla, joten Havulta täydellinen rosvakeikka.
Dotton pari dessu. Päätä niitä nyt sitten mahdollistaa, että saatiin ihalla Zoren näkökulmasta se AVP-ohilaukaus ja sitten Dotto pamauttaa dessulla. Mikäs siinä se AVP ei jää kuitenkaan säästä. Se käy tuonne rampille nyt sitten hyytymässä. Ja X7 valvoma Esso saa M4 vietyä tälle seuraavalle kierrokselle. Joo.
Näin. Ja vaikka siinä nyt Havu voittikin tuon kierroksen, niin kun jäi vain yksi pelaaja henkiin, niin loppujen lopuksi ainoastaan X7:llä on reilusti pohjapankkiin. Eli ei ole Havu missään nimessä nyt selvillä vesillä. Vielä lähtee kuitenkin tekemään nopeata halliryysi. Loistava avaus tappoo X7:ltä ja Dotto ottaa heti perään seuraava 5-3 Havulla. Joko lähtee Godsent säästämään. Aika vaikea sinne on nimittäin enää päästä. Sen verran on savuja ja muuta mukavaa tiellä. Kyllä sillä on tie jo kohti CT-respaa.
Seni tiputtaa Zoren siitä, joten 3-4. Retakekin kääntyy, kun siellä pommi on jo mukavasti Aalla tikittelemässä. Sitten Seni koittaa päästä sitten Ventistä ylöspäin, mutta ei tätä kyllä lähdetä itse retakeilemaan, että Seni vaan nyt seikkailee täällä ja kattelee, että saisiko sieltä jonkun Havun pelurin mukana. Saa kyllä myös tuon aseen täällä alakerrassa säilyttyä, mikäli tilanne se vaatii. Ja kylläpä sitä halutaan varmasti pitää kiinni. Havu taas ottaa 5 kierrosta ja terroristi puolella Havulle. Siellä joutuu Maaden ja Kristalli. Seni voi periaatteessa heittää yhden pyssyn ja Faarlikki voi tarjoa Famakseen. Kyllä heidän jonkunnäköinen aseistus vielä saataisiin, jos haluttaisiin.
Voisin kuvitella, että tehdään vaan 2 tonnia osto nyt ja sitten 2,5 tonnin tappiobonuksella ostellaan seuraavalle kierrokselle sitten ihan rehtiin rifle-ostoa. Mahdollisesti jopa jonkinlaista riskiä voisi Godsent nyt sitten tehdä tällä kierroksella. Jonkinlaista stack-muodostelmaa ihan sillä, että sit voisi säästää vähän niitä pyssyjä. Ei olisi pelkästään vaan semmoinen 4 tonnin, 4,5 tonnin rifle-osto seuraavalla rundilla, vaan jotakin edes tallessa, jos menee hommat plörinäksi. Eli voisin kuvitella, että nyt näillä 3 pyssyllä koittaa jonkinlaista pikku kikkaa sitten Godsent. Katsotaan, mitä sieltä löytyy varastosta. Vaarekilla joka tapauksessa tuo avikka ja 1 AK ja 1 M4 kun löytyy myöskin. Ja Maadenin dessu ja Kristallin dessu, kyllä nekin on vaarallisia sitten, kun sille päälle sattuu.
Faarlikki lähtee kattelemaan, siitä tullaan vauhdilla alas. Ja tuohon Apommin paikalla tätä OVT-kulma kiinni, jos sieltä vauhdilla olisi lähtenyt puskemaan, niin olisi saattanut tehdä sitten ihan hyvää läissyä. Mutta hitaasti lähtee tällä kertaa Havu hyökkäämään. Toi äskeinen hollihyökkäys oli hyvä rytmivaihto. Kierros ehdottomasti suomalaisilta. Pihamaan kautta olisi nyt sitten tarkoitus tällä kertaa edelliselle, että Seni on vahtimassa vaan tonne siilon päälle. Nyt näkee sieltä punaisen päältä Dotton ja saakin sieltä tapotalta. Tietää, että siellä nyt on vähintään 1 kaveri lisää. Meinaa tohon kulmaan ei päästä ilman boostia, niin varma tieto on, että ainakin 1 ukko vielä pihalla on Dotton lisäksi, joka sieltä nyt sitten jo kuoli.
Minuutti aikaa Havulla edetä ja Farlikilla seuraava kulma avikalla kiinni. Exve löytää toki Zenin, eli pihalta löytyy 1, mutta Farlik saa siinä jälleen kerran palautettua miesylivoiman Godsentille. Slovi nyt vaan lurkkailee sitten Tero aulassa ja Exve lähtee puolestaan etenemään Orsikoppiin päin. Voisin kuvitella, että loikkii tuosta tynnyrien päältä sinne. Samaan aikaan mähistä jo kopissa ja Kristallin dessu tiputtaa Slovili 4-2. Pommihan löytyy Zorelta mainista, eli kyllä tässä nyt halliin koitetaan päästä, mutta ei ole välttämättä helpoimmalle rasti. Kristall on nimittäin saanut sen AK poimittua. Exeven 1-3 tilanteessa jälleen kerran. Pommi pitäisi noukkia tuolta aika vauhilla. 20 sekkaa kierrosaikaa jäljellä. Ja nyt hälvenee se savukin sieltä eestä, mikä Naatista tuli ja Styko on tulossa selkään.
Hyvä Naatti, kolahti kyllä Farlikki, mutta se nyt ei riittänyt vielä tappoa ottamaan ja Styko kyllä pitää sitä tappo saa otettua. Kun Exeveni lähtee sinne ensin feikkaamaan pommiplänti. Ei ole hirveästi aikaa kyllä vaan feikkailla, siellä tulee Styko ja vauhdilla mennään päälle. Ja löytää Exeveni sieltä hengeltä. 6-5, Godsend. Takaisin kuskin paikalle. Ostolla kuitenkin Havu pääsee liikenteeseen edelleen, joten ei tässä nyt Havullakaan hätäpäivää sitten oo. Mutta Farlikin AVP on aika terävällä tuulella kyllä tällä hetkellä. Se on ehkä asia, mikä Havun pitäisi saada kuriin nyt ensimmäisenä. 12 fragia koossa ja tuon rosvokeikan myötä siellä joutuu Havu nyt ottamaan Saville Galilin, että saa kaikki haluamansa kamat mukaan. Pankki tyhjänä, 1900 tappiobonusta, eli täyttä säästöä Havulla luvassa, jos ei tästä tule voittoa. Toisaalta täysin raharesettikin on mahdollinen myös Gadsentin puolelle. Ja Slovi löytää savuista Maadeni ensimmäisenä. Tutusti Doto hiipii pihasavujen turvin Secretin portaakko ja lähteekö Zeni sinne perään? Kylläpä lähtee hyvinkin. Milloin sitten löytää sieltä Doton pään tai selän? Pääseekö jopa puukkoa antamaan? Nyt olisi puukkoa taas tarjolla. Oh no.
Miten pitkälle uskaltaa mennä? Ja kyllä sitä puukolla lähtee Doto. Eli Zenille on toinen mora-tappo tähän. Zenin harmiksi siellä on vaan tiimikaverita kuullut sen verran, että 3 vastaan 4 on Gadsentti jäänyt.
Tämä Rampeta käy Sovi heittämässä vielä valvomaan eteen Sovuun, niin että se pitää vähän Zenia kiireisenä. Kattooko Slovi nyt sitten tätä Krystallin kulmaa alkuun sokkaan. Sitten päästään mennään kylkeen. Ei saada samaten treideäkään. Krystalli saa Savun sinne vielä turvakseen. Exeveni on toki tullut Orsi koppiin, mikä nyt saattaa yllättää. Gadsentin kaverit kyllä täysin hyvärikosta naattia. Jälleen tarjotaan sinne oven viereen, mutta ei sieltä saa kyllä damakea juurikaan jaettua. Jos Farlikki kannata laukauksia. Loppuun Savi saada niistettyä.
Ai. Tulipas vauhilla.
Okei. Noiden vaan kääntyy Krystallille ja Farlikille noi tapot. Ja Gadsentille sitä myötä 7. kierros.
Voi kehveli. Siinä oli 4 vastaan 5 ja sitten 2 vastaan 3 Gadsent. Ja se 2 vastaan 3, se vaan katosi tuossa varmaan sekunnin aikajanalla lopulta. Eli kierrosvoiton päässä puolisko voitosta Gadsent ja Havu täydellä säästökierroksella. Ainoastaan fläsyjä osteltuja Dotolla Dessu. Tähän lähdetään nyt haastamaan Farlikin porukassa ja tulisiko sieltä sitten kallaa?
2 menee ohi, sen jälkeen lähtee ottamaan pakkia. Nyt on kuule poikaa kiire. Dessuja on meinaa selkäpuolella. Dotto painaa Stykon Dessulla sieltä itse asiassa alas. Tiedetään varmasti, että Farlikki pokitti tuonne CT-baseen, kun lähtee rampille. Siellä on kyllä Styko valmiina sitten ottamaan vastaan. Itse asiassa on Krystalli, joka sieltä löytyy. Oletusarva Styko ei ollutkaan. Ja tällä kertaa Styko on kuollut. Ja Krystalli sitten koittaa täältä päästä tekemään taikoja. Vähän Havun kaverit jumissa tossa Orsikopin alla.
Sillä on toki miesylivoima, mutta kun aseylivoima on niin selvästi siinä vastustajan puolella. Nyt sentään vaihdetaan Savilta, jolla on 5 HP:tä, niin Zorelle AK-koura. Nyt lähdetään haastamaan Farlikin ja hyvin haastetaankin. Eli 5 vastaan 3 Avikka kantoo seuraavana. Ja nyt pitäisi vaan päästä sitten jommalle kummalle saitille asti myöskin haastamaan olla 2 pyssyllä ja 3 pistoolilla. Orsikopista kun noustaan porukassa, ainakin näyttäisi semmoiselta suunnitelmalta, että Slovi käy vähän härnäämässä täällä näinikkäästi ja sit muut koittaa päästä sisälle.
Härnäys on tehty, se kuitenkin saa poimittu Exeveni sieltä pois Orsikopista, kun lähdetään samaan aikaan myllyttämään kohti Aata. Sieltä löytyy itse asiassa vielä soitinta nyt sitten Krystalli. Ja kun pommi tipahtaa nyt tuonne maahan, pitää koittaa lähteä plänttimään ja Maaden lokasee. Teräputke edestä niin Orsikoppiin kuin Venttinkin loput Havun pelurit ja puolisko voitto varmistuu Gadsentille 8-5.
Ei voi kuitenkaan sanoa, etteikö olisi ollut hyvä täyssäästö Havulta. Se oli 1 dessu ja muutama flashy vaan ostettu. Siinä nähtiin tuolta Zenin morafragi aikaisemmalta kierrokselta. Ja...
Zeni kyllä hakee näitä puukkoja nyt ahkerasti.
Se on, kun on lurkkipelaajana, niin löytää toisen lurkkipelaajan mahdollisesti sitten yllättävistä paikoista. Ja tietää ihan tasan tarkkaan varmasti, miten Doto tuota pihaa tykkää pelalla. Jälleen kerran Doto siinä vähän leikittelee ajatuksella, että milloin sinne pihalle mentäisiin. Nyt lähdetään haastamaan Savi sitten. Slovi ottaa samaan aikaan Kristallista fragi, kun Zeni löytää Savi ja 6 HP:lla selviytyy vielä hengissäkin. Ja Doto on hiipinyt sillä väliin Secretin portaikkoon. Yllättävä käänne.
Niin. Järkyttävän yllättävä suorastaan. Mutta pystyykö tää nyt Doto tekemään taikoja? Siellä on... Ventissä taitaa olla Styko kyllä vain. Stykohan poimikin sieltä Doton pois. Lähtee tarjoamaan vielä naattia perät, jos sieltä lisää olisi tulossa. Mutta kyllä tässä nyt rampin kautta on sitten Hovu taas matkalla. Saa vielä poltto sinne vastapalloon niin, että pakotetaan sieltä Et Zeni nyt sitten vähän kauemmaksi tuon AVP-tärkkuuskivärin kanssa on se farkilta nyt sitten ottanut, kun sen verran heikkona on, niin ihan fiksu vaihto. Ja B:lle päin. Havu on kyllä sitten menossa tuota pommia nyt asettelevaa.
Oliko se läpi siitä?
Kyllähän se tuli. Samalla kun pikkovi aukeni. Voi, kun siinä vie huomio.
Ja takaisin.
Maade löytää vielä X7 ja Sora jää nyt sit sinne valvomosavun toispuolelle kattelemaan ja se oli se ikävempi puoli tällä kertaa. Toki löytää sitten yhden tapon. Lähtee hakemaan seuraava. Kääntää tilanteen kuitenkin 1 vastaan 2, kun 1 vastaan 4. Tää alkoi vielä seuraavakin tippu. Zenillä 6 HP, Sorella 12. Joten Heikka on kyllä molemmat pidät 10 sekuntia kellossa aikaa, että pommi pläntti. Se pitäisi päästä tekemään, mutta Zeni niistä AVP:llä lopulta tuon Soren tuolta pois. Ja 9-5. Godsend johtaa.
1 vastaan 4 melkein saa siinä Zoreen lutsattua ja taisi muuten tuplata samalla fraginsa tähän karttaan, ettei nyt tuo Zore ihan niin jäätävässä liekissä sitten ollut. Puoliskon viimeistä kierrosta käyntiin siten, että Kristalli joutuu pelaamaan MP9. Sen verran kalliiksi tuli tuokin voitto. Mutta Havulla on vielä tuhnuisempi osto. Ainoastaan Zorelta löytyy AK, muuta löytyy lähinnä pistolipäivityksiä, löytyy Dessu, löytyy 1 kappale Tech 9 ja se on Savilla käsissä. Ja Savi lähtee nyt sitten vähän siivuttelemaan mainista. Näkee ensimmäisen vastustajan kopin päällä, heittää vähän tuikkuja ja lähtee haastamaan lisää. Loistava fragi Savilta. Saa vähän Kristalliikin siinä kutiteltua ja Zore ja Slovi yhteistumin tiputtaa Kristallin. Ja halli alkaa olla pikkuhiljaa hallussa, koska Zenikin tippuu ja Parlik löydetään vielä putkesta. Styko 1 vastaan 3.
Ottelen, että Orsikopista loppuu liekki ja sen jälkeen varmasti hyökkää. Sinne nyt ei tällä erää katota. Semmoinen pikku pyörähys sieltä Zorelta. Painaa Stykoa päähän ja 9-6. Puolisko voitto kuitenkin Godsendille, mutta 6 kierrosta terroristipuolelle ei se nyt mikään ongelma oikeastaan tässä kohtaa, että Havullakaan on, että vaikka 3 kierrosta on perässä. Et jos katsotaan edellistä nukea, niin silloin Godsend otti jopa 10 kierrosta terroristeina.
Tuo 9-6 puolisko tulos pitäisi olla ainakin omasta mielestä molempia joukkueita tyydyttävää. Siellä saa Havu 6 terroristina ja Godsend 9 CT-nä, että se on aika lailla niiden prosenttien mukaan, miten nukeessa ne pitäisi mennäkin. Ja tullaanko taas tämmöinen hiipimistaktiikka, mitä nähtiin paljon Lyngby Vikingsiakin vastaan, eli täällä ollaan vaan kyykyssä. Onko hallissa puolustajia? Näyttäisi, että Slovi saattaisi olla kenties Orrella, tai tuossa Orren alapuolella. Ainakin rampilla taitaa olla peräti 3 pelaajaa Havulle, jos oikein tuota tutkakuvaa tulkkaile.
Kyllä se on juurikin kuule Kalle näin. Ja Aalla pelataan oikeastaan riiteikkinä tää A nyt kokonaan, että siellä ei ole ketään puolesta. Mä nyt kiipee 1 Orsikoppiin kahtelemaan.
Ei ole vaan yhtään naatti eikä purkupaketti, että sikäli vähän mielenkiintoinen riiteikki-taktiikka.
Tämmönen rymähysriiteikki, tullaan vauhdilla päälle ja uunataan.
Nytkö sieltä lähdetään sitten pommiin kuskaamaan. Siis tää on semmonen, jos mennään narinasta, niin se saatetaan viedä jopa alas. Ja Kristall onkin Secretin portaikossa. Ja kyllä sitä Ventistä lähdetään viemään näinikkäästi. Se vie alas. Rampilta pääsee aika hyvin Havu tähän tilanteeseen. Ehkä jopa estämään pommiplantin parhaassa tapauksessa.
Siellä ollaan valmiita kääntämään rampilta nyt sitten kohti alakertaa, mutta pommiplantti se kyllä tulee menemään maahan niin painaa sitä Doto ja meinaa nippuja näin, kun se nyt lähdetään. Nimenomaan sitten sinne ryminänä härrepallona puskemaan. Farlikki kuitenkin estää tämän pallon matkaa aika reilustikin. Se on valmiina painaa 4 ja noin seikkäästi Tanskan poika hoitelee. 10. kierros Godsendille.
Godsend voitti siis tässä ottelussa nyt ensimmäiset pistolikierrokset tähän turnaukseen, eli Lyngby Vikingsia vastaan oli vähän vaikeeta. Voittivat toki 2 Force-ostoa niiden hävittyjen pislujen perään. Havun pistolikierrokset 0-4, eli niissä on sitten parantamisen varaa. Joka tapauksessa kävi tässä matsissa ihan miten vaan. Mutta Force osto luonnollisesti Havulla hävityn pislan perään ja niissä onnistuvat 2 kertaa tuossa avausottelussa Dignitasta vastaan. Ja nyt on aika korkea aika sitten napata seuraava semmonen.
Zorella skoutti tuossa välikatolla. Siinä on jonkun asteinen ilmastointimasiina tai joku. En tiedä tarkemmin, että mikä tää on, mutta joku semmonen ilmanvaihtokone. Mainiin kuitenkin lähdetään vauhdilla tulemaan. Sitten saa Dotto ensimmäiset. Sen pääsee kuitenkin treidailemaan. Ja vielä Slovikin sieltä nyt sitten kuolee, joten 4 miehellä A-saitti. On nyt sitten Godsendilla hallussa ikävän näköistä naattia. Joka ei nyt sitten kuitenkaan loput ollut niin ikävä. Samaan aikaan, kun siellä painetaan aulassa. Kaveria nippuu toisessa perään. 2 vastaan 3 riitekkiä. Tää kuitenkin nyt Havulle kääntyy. Kun Fariksen ja Krystalli koittaa nyt sitten katsella, että mistä ne lähtis Suomi-pelaajat painamaan päälle.
Ja siellä varmaan todetaan aika pikaisesti, että ei kannata lähteä oikein mistään. Et Parempi vaan säästää seuraavalle kierrokselle, johon niitä ostoksia ei lähtökohtaisesti tehdä. Eli Scoutti ja Dessu vähintäänkin havun asevarustuksena seuraavan kierroksen säästölle. Ellei tästä nyt katset lähde jahtailemaan niitä pois, mutta pikkusen epäilen kyllä. Ei ole kovinkaan vörttejä saalistettavia. Exevenin Kalili toki ois sinänsä, mutta no, eiköhän se nyt anneta vaan olla. Kyllä sinne Terrorespan suuntaan lähtee katseet. Siirtyy 11-6 johtoon. Havu joutuu tästä vielä säästölle. Ja unelma-alut on saanut katsen kyllä molemmille puoliskolle tässä ottelussa. Et sikäli Havu ihan hyvin pysynyt vielä pelissä mukana.
Niin, Havu ei vielä sitä pistoolikierrosta voittanut.
Eikä oikein lähtenyt nyt tämä alkupuolisko muutenkaan. Et siinä Dignitasta vastaan sentään voittivat Forset perään, mutta nyt on katsen ekalla puoliskolla aloitti 3-0 johtoasemasta ja nyt 2-0 vähintäänkin. Katsotaan miten käy nyt sitten. No, ei ainakaan ala kovin hyvin.
Sitten tippuu Exeveni nyt ensimmäisenä pihamaan puolelle. Sora siellä Scoutin kanssa seuraavaksi kattelemassa, kun siellä mallaillaan nyt sitten pihasavu. Ja se lähtee itse asiassa kattelemaan Dessun kanssa myös hetken aikaa Slovi, että saisiko sieltä jonkunlaista kaventavaa pikku pusua annettua. Ei se osu. Se kaukaa mene, mutta ei se vaan osu. Savisen se osuu, tiputtaa Maadenin, mutta joutuu uhraamaan Slovin sen yhteisen hyvän edestä. Ja lopulta sitten Dotto. Oli hetken aikaa tuolla niin sanotussa joulukulmassa, mutta aika nopeaa sitä tipuillaan alas. Ja 12-6. 6 kierroksen karku matkalla. Ja Godsend, kun nyt päästään sitten Havun ensimmäiselle ostokierrokselle tässä CT-puolella. Sorilla AVP, muuta mennään M4.
Ekalla puoliskolla Havu hävisi ne 3 ekaa rundia ja ekasta asekierroksesta lähtien rupesi sitten voittamaan. Kai siinä hyvä voittoputke ja muuten ihan hyvä pohjustus, mutta Stiko vaan tiputtamassa Zoren sieltä pieneltäkin rampin haastolta. Eli se haasto meni sitten siinä. Dotto koittaa vahti piha ja ei Farlki anna kyllä minkäänlaista armoa. Farlkilla on päälle 20 fragi jo koossa, vaikka kierros numero 19 vasta meneillään. 3-5 Exeven ja kumppanit. Ja nyt täytyy melkein tehdä jonkinlaisia riskipelejä, jos haluaa tätä kierrosta lähteä voittamaan. Voi toki lähteä myös säästämään, kun täys tappioponus kilahtelee pankkitilille. Ja no, katsotaan miten käy Sloville. Ei käy kovinkaan hyvin. Osuu siinä Maadenin päähän, mutta sehän ei M4 tunnetusti riitä, jos on kypärä. Exeven saa sitä siivottua fragin sentään loppu ja Savi ottaa seuraavan 2-3.
Kyllä 2-3 kääntynyt on iso tappa Zenistä, koska sinne tippuu pommi. Se viivästyttää tätä hommaa ihan huomattavasti. Toki Exeven nyt ei sitä tiedä. Ja sieltä saadaankin heitettyä pommi nyt sitten Stykolle tänne A-saitille. Ja pläntti menee kiinni, mutta 2-2. Tätä muuttukin yhtäkkiä ihan sitten riiteikattavaksi. Ja Krystalli on siinä orsikopissa. Ja kuitenkin valmiina nyt sitten ottamaan Exeveniä kiinni, mikä sitä lähtee. Laasadesti kipittelemään ylös, mutta sieltä itse polttavaa. Ja koitetaan sillä pelata sieltä nyt sitten Krystallia vähän kauemmaksi. Koitetaan hätistellä. Savi varmasti vähän ärsyttää, että se ovi on nyt ehjä. Joutuu paljastamaan sijaintinsa meinaa sillä. Stykolla erittäin hyvä kulma tuossa terroristiputken vieressä. Täältä itse päästään kyllä nyt suoraan selkään, koska siinä katsotaan sitä koloa ja näin se kääntyy Styko. Yksinään mäkkikymppi kourassa. Nyt on vaikea tilanne. Saa kuitenkin sitä Exeven ensimmäisessä pois. Ei ole valmiina Savin hyökkäykseen. Pommi tikittää jo kuitenkin semmoista kyytiä, että ei ilman kitteä kerätä purkamaan. Ja pommipamauksen myötä Godsend johtaa 13-6.
Yksi pyssy siitä jää talteen, mutta en usko, että ihan hirveästi lohuttaa. Eikä kerkee ihan sitä Zorea avikkaakaan käyvän noukkimassa. Savilla 10 täynnä, Exevenillä peräti 15 fragia. Eli Exeven on nyt sitten myöskin ollut se fragi kuningas Havulla. Ja kyllä tästä nyt Havu pahtaa samoin tee Forse-oston tiskiin. Tiedostaa tilanteen, 13 rundia vastustajalla jo koossa. Nyt on pakko koittaa saada se kierrosvoitto tästä väliin. Ja Godsendilla on edelleenkin kyllä sen verran massia, että ei siellä yhdestä tappiosta vielä lannistuta.
Exevenillä M4 kanssa ramppinut vielä hetken aikaa holdissa. Siinä lähdetään jonkun verran jo vähän valoja heittelemään ja pidetään siellä nyt sitten varpaillaan. Kyllä sinne myös lähdetään itse asiassa nyt sitten lyömään sitä painetta. Mennäänkö jopa Savusta läpi? Sieltä Krystalli tulee ensimmäisenä hämäyskalkkurina, mutta Savi painaa myös sitä treidiukko Stykon nippuun, jota ei nyt ihan toiminut se idea, mitä siinä ehkä haettiin. Sorella automaattihaulikko. Tässä pikku ovella on tullut se oven sisällä ja nyt saattaa paukahtaa ilosanomia Havun kanssa.
Ai! Ei riitä, ei riitä.
Päähän, mutta ei riitä.
Ja 3-3, kun Maaden löytää vielä Slovi heti perään. Just paljastuu siinä Dotto sieltä. Joku polvi tai olkapää sieltä näkyy mainin reunasta, joten Exeven ja Save enää jäljellä. Pommi menee maahan A-saitille. Lähteekö Savi ja kumppanit koittamaan? No nyt ei ainakaan enää lähde. On siellä Exeveniteassa vielä seikkailulla, mutta Farlik ja sen closaa kierroksen 14-6 johtaa Godsend. Havulla vaan se 3,5 tonnia pankissa, että mielenkiintoinen ratkaisu varmasti tulossa Oston saralla ja ainakin Totolla jo pankki vedetty sileeksi.
Ja ei siellä paljon.
Havu ei ole tullut säästämään näköjään.
No tiedetään oikeastaan, että jos sä mietit 15-6, niin sit sun pitäisi ottaa 9 kierrosta putkeen CT-puolella. Et näinkin vaarallista Godsenttia vastaan, niin mieluummin lähtee näillä hieropyssyillä sitä kokeilemaan. Omisti kolisee Maaren ja leukaa, mutta ei se vaan kuole.
Ja Savi ottaa seuraavaa dueliin, mitä todennäköisimmin ainakin saa hyvät infot, että ei siellä ainakaan vielä tultu Secretin portaikosta kovin pitkälle. Lähteekö sen haastamaan Savun läpi? Kyllähän sieltä vaan mennään tylysti. Ja sen jälleen kerran ottaa Slovista niskalenkin. Ei sentään puukolla. Ja 3-5 on jäänyt aika kriittisellä kierroksella Havun pelaajat, joista Exeven pelaa Dessulla ja Zorre pelaa Famasilla. Olisi sillä Styko tarjolla Tero aulassa, mutta tää on vähän ajoituksestakin kiinni, että kuka tämän duelin voittaa. Tai nää duelit.
Sieltä tippuu ensimmäinen, selkeä vähän liekkiä perään. Ei oleta kuitenkin, kaveri on näin lähellä. Ei se kaukana, että kerkeä se AK vielä kaivamaan toskusta 204. On nyt sitten Zore ja Sovi. Voin kertoa, että ei ole sieltä helpoimmasta päästä. Kyllä missään nimessä tämäkään. Kun Orsi kopista lähtee nyt sitten ilmeisesti. Oi. Se ajoitus, se on karmiva. Ei sieltä vielä tultukaan. Kato, että sitä lähdettiin jo hiipimään.
On toisaalta tieto kuitenkin Godsendillä, että siellä... No ei välttämättä ole tietoa, että mistä se sen Savu heitti mainiin, mutta kuitenkin on tieto, että todennäköisesti A-pommipaikalla on yksi pelaaja. 20 sekkaa aikaa, että kyllä tässä nyt aika viimeisilleen Godsendi tuon kellon vetäsee ja nyt se on sit ajoituksesta kiinni. Missä kohti on Zore, kun sieltä tullaanko edes Orsikovista läpi vai viiekö sittenkin vielä alas. Sen koittaa nyt ilmeisesti myy alapommipaikkaa.
Sinnehän se sujahti ventti.
Ja sehän meni kaupaksi, jotta pätkähti.
Pommi kiinni alle. Ja tässä kohtaa havupojat tajuaa varmasti tilanteetta huppista. Me ollaan täällä alakerrassa, kun pommi on ylhäällä. Ja kyllä tästä nyt 15 kierroksen melkein uskaltaa jo Godsendille antaa. Kokeillaan nyt sitten tämmöistä jinksaustaktiikkaa. Ei toimi. Zeni on valmiina ottamaan Savin kiinni sieltä ja näin. Zore, pakko säästää tuo AK.
Oi, saatettiin nähdä kyllä takamusta vähän siinä.
Zore ei huomannut.
Oi. Ei sentään lähde millään puukolla enää Kristallikaan sinne seikkailemaan Zoren perään, vaikka matsi näyttää jo aika lähelle voitetulta Godsendin puolelta. Eli Godsend jos voittaa tämän seuraavan kierroksen tai ees jonkun seuraavasta 9, niin se tarkoittaa sitä, että varmistavat paikkaansa karsintafinaaliin sunnuntaille. Ja tuossa karsintafinaalissa sitten tarjolla paikka Blast Premierin syksyn showdowniin, josta löytyy muun muassa Team Liquidi sitten vastustajien joukosta. Eli ihan kova poppota tulossa sinne. Ja nyt olisi sitten Havulla 9 pakkovoittokierrosta eessä.
Ei ole helpoin tie kattoo tuota ostoa. Naatteja siellä enää jäljellä juuriksikaan. Faarikki painaakin sitä Savi nyt ensimmäisenä Savuihin. Jota ei nyt alakaan ihan kivasti sitten tää kierros missään nimessä. Havun kannalta, kun sitä Doto kuolee seuraavaksi Maadenille. Ja kyllä tässä nyt on. Nyt lyödään niitä nauloja siihen arkkuun. Aika
vaikea paikka kahdella naatilla lähteä 3-5 enää ratkomaan. Toki tässä nyt Godsendin täytyy se pommi saada ensin kiinni. Et sikäli kyllä Havu pystyy puolustamaan, mutta ei siltikään helppo paikka. Kristalli Styko toki suhteellisen pehmeänä, mutta jotakin pientä riskiä täytyy Havun tehdä. Ja ehkä tämä Zoren paikka nyt on jo semmoiseksi laskettavissa. Ja siinäkin taitaa Zoren sijainti vähän paljastua. Slovikin seikkailee pihahalliin kohti koko ajan. Ja pihalla taitaa olla siellä Kristall nyt sitten AK:nsa kanssa. Ja Slovi ottaa sitä fragin aikaisemmin täkätystä Kristallista 3-4, siis pääsee vielä Havu ainakin hetkellisesti. Ja halliin lähtee tulemaan siinä Zoren vastustajia. Kyllä siinä nyt Zoren piippu on ilmeisesti jo nähty. Lähdetään haastamaan urakalla. Tiputtaa toki pommimiehen, mutta siitä huolimatta Slovi ja Exevenia 2-3.
Slovi kuolee Farlikin laukauksen tuohon Savun taakse. Ja näin se on Exeveni. 1-3 pakkovoitto. Sellainen muuten tästä Godsendi marssii sunnuntaille ja Havu pelaa sitten torstaina Decider-ottelussa, joko Lyngby Vikingsia tai Dignitasta vastaan. Mutta ei nyt vielä mennä sinne, sitten katsotaan pystyykö tästä Exeveni lähteä sen retakein taikomaan Orskopista. Lähtee sieltä nyt sitten etenemään. Sieltä löytyy ensimmäinen vihollispelaaja, sen jälkeen se on Styko, joka viimeistelee Exevenin. Godsendi voittaa 16-6.
0 CT-puolen kierrosta Havulle,
Ouch.
Pähkäilit tuossa, että 10 terroristikierrosta näiden tiimien edellisessä nuke-kohtaamisessa oli Kaatsentti saanut ja nyt ei
First one doesn't go their way, and problem, gonna be saving.
But Galaxy Race is stepping up a little bit now. I mean, it's going to be a third round on the board. It's certainly better than one. In fact, 3 times better than one. Bit of quick maths, bit of education for the viewers, in case you did not know that little bit of technical maths there.
Yeah, a bit of speedy
If you want a cheeky way to do 3 times 1 on you like quickly without a piece of paper, what you can do is you get your left hand, you in a knuckle, and then you unravel your fingers one by one.
Whoa.
3 times.
I'm doing it right now.
And then you count how many fingers you have up, and that's your answer. And you can do the same for 4 if you wanted to as well. So.
Whoa. How high does that go?
How many fingers do you have? I'm not going to assume you have 10.
Yeah, I suppose you don't want to assume such things in the year of 2020. I do actually have a calculator watch by Casio.
Calculator watch?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a gold calculator watch. It was like 90 bucks on
Wow.
Amazon. The best thing I ever purchased, my dude. It has a stopwatch on it, a timer, like technically one of those like telephone, like just where you can store telephone numbers essentially. It's the most useful thing I have.
Did your phone not do that itself?
Nah, man, you gotta use some antiquated technology. I don't want the government spying on me.
Oh dear.
And a 4v4 situation happening here, as they will be throwing some utility toward A, but it looks like B is on the menu actually, already going up highway. Gonna be finding 1 kill, does Relaxa. And just up in heaven, who Freddy does actually have the presence of mind to find it in time, and we'll be taking them away into a 4th win. I think someone in chat actually called it. It's gonna be 10-5 now, you just watch. And I think that's looking fairly likely.
Yeah, I mean, Galaxy Racer somehow finding a bit of form at the end of this half. Hellraiser's letting slip a little bit. I mean, if they'll still be happy if it does go 10-5. It's still a pretty strong CT half, very strong CT half, in fact. So definitely for the Hellraiser side, they're not going to be too fussed, especially if they can pick up this 11th that's about to come through. They'll save a couple rifles into it, which is the best they're sort of going to have, is at least if Kalinka can keep himself alive, which he will do with a couple of kills there. Lesson and Freddy Frank not able to get the kill through. But it all started with JR finding a nice kill towards the long position, but the rest of the team just sort of not doing anything. Sort of just dying one by one, getting sent to hell themselves.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunately not able to raise hell themselves.
No. Their namesake not coming quite through here. And, well, they will be having a full buy here. FAMAS MP9 sort of blemishes on this buy here, as they will be...
Blemish.
I suppose that's the right word. I don't know. I
like the word blemish.
That's good.
Fun to say.
I'm always afraid, because I learned like English based on context, not really from a textbook, right? So I'm always worried that I'm misusing words. Does tend to happen.
Blemish is right.
Good. As an entry kill does actually happen for the Galaxy Racer side, so HR already not doing what they should be here. Ivy control still being contested, only 1 player to do it, and he is going to be hiding behind the server, but I think these two, they should have a Molotov on their back. Just chucking it behind there would flush them out.
Hiding behind the server and won't necessarily save him from being removed from the server.
No.
By a well-placed grenade.
Not gonna happen though. They will just back off of Ivy, and a flash into main. No, just gonna be an unassisted peek, and Tabs gets the easy.
That is the worst thing to do.
Shadow assisted kill. Like, that was terrible. And yeah, they do lose 2 more players. Hellraisers really throwing this one, not in the literal sense obviously, just getting a little bit sloppy, as we will probably be seeing a 10-5 scoreline on the half. Galaxy Racer managing to get a few more rounds together here toward the end, just like you predicted that they have to. And oh boy, Kalinka actually. No utility on him. No kit, no nothing. Has to go for the
No
straight
eyes
up
in the
aim
back
feds.
of his head.
Unfortunate. If he had those, maybe you would have seen Dizon looking at him, but
Yeah.
doesn't in the end. And we get a 10-5 scoreline in this final map of the best of 3. Remember, the team that loses is out. And the team that wins, well, they have to win one more in the Swiss system to progress.
Yeah, that's how Swiss works, in case you didn't know. But yeah, so 3 wins you're through, 3 losses you're out. That's how it works, and you keep playing teams at the same scoreline as yourself. So both these teams are 1 and 2. And Hellraiser still be happy about the 10-5 half. Maybe feeling like they let it slip a little bit at the end there. A couple rounds that maybe they played a little bit wrong, especially that last one with the no flash peek in towards main. Basically a suicide mission, that really. Sort of just like what you'd expect from, don't know, I can't think of an analogy. This one's gone off the rockers.
Good save, good save. Yeah, I would say that, like, just looking at the scores here, Dizon really doing it for his team. Been very impactful here so far. And I think Hellraisers, like you said, are going to be happy with this 10-5. Like, judging by Galaxy Racers' CT sides in the previous map, they playing a little bit scared, playing a little bit too aggressive at times, right? Just losing players for no reason. So if Hellraisers can use their superior aiming ability, the ability to click heads, will be coming in handy here as we see the jackpot on the slot machine here. Ding, 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 JR. 17 most kills, most first kills,
Well, how
and
much
most
does he win for that
AWP.
one? Is that the full house win there from that slot machine? Getting JR. Is that it?
Well, I mean, you get 3 in a row, you get a prize. That's the game. But I think him being the most valuable player on the server, that would actually be the jackpot. That's the equivalent of getting all 7s. As we do see a quick execute onto A with the Glocks and the P250 there. Just planting the bomb straight in. 40 seconds remaining for the CTs to defuse it, and one kid in play will be assisting that, but a 4v4 situation is happening here. Relaxa managing to find Kalinka, and now 4 CTs remaining. Gonna have to push it eventually. 20 seconds remaining, 5 seconds to defuse. Who will get there first? JR actually manages to tag one down, and the second one gonna be actually killed. The train stopper player falling as well, and this is all falling apart for Galaxy Racers. HR really doing some good stuff here. Galaxy, without the pistol win, I don't think they have a chance in this half, but we will see once we get to the full buy rounds.
This is the beginning of the end for Galaxy Racer right there. This is an AWP's paradise train. On both sides of the equation, Dizon will get a scout through. It's not quite the AWP, but I mean, JR, he won't have a sniper rifle of any sort. Instead, he's on a Mac 10. He's going to be gung-ho, he's going to be Rambo, he's going to be all those things you'd expect from someone with an SMG, you know. You should bring dual-wield SMGs to the game.
Oh my
Just
god.
run around with double Mac 10s. Just,
Do you want us to become Call of Duty? Because that sounds like Call of Duty.
They'd be incredibly inaccurate.
Oh, okay.
And, like, ineffective at a range, like, greater than the distance from problem to JR there. But, like...
The Zeus is already in the game, though, so I think we're good with close-up weapons that insta-kill. And
Nah,
the
but, like,
execute...
imagine in Pop Dog, like...
That would be quite deadly, actually. Just get a turret in there. Anyway, that IV exchange does not go the Hellraiser's way at all. Tabs still hungry for more with only 5 HP, just like hunting for no reason. Does actually get downed in the end. Dizon manages to get the kill. We're going to be seeing Hellraisers converting this one successfully. Force buy, basically just deagles and armor. Manages to win one over the HR side, and I think we're still going to that pendulum, right? One team wins, the other team wins until one round. Like, one team just wins 2 in a row, and we'll be seeing if Hellraisers can get something done with these deagles. A few well-placed shots, but looks like they'll all be going toward the B-bomb site, so A little bit of a rush in the cards, perhaps.
Yeah, that's round not turning out how I expected. If only they had the dual Mac 10s, things might have gone differently.
If only, if only. You could like have like left click one SMG and right click the other one, and then you could just sort of
Yeah.
like wait for each individual cooldown
bit
to
like-
happen.
Yeah.
It's a shame that's not how the dualies work. Either way, tangents aside, the B-bomb
I
side.
think for the world, it's best if I don't get onto the Valve development team for CS:GO.
I don't think they're hiring anyway. Those guys, they just stayed the
Yeah.
same, like 10 people working on it the entire time. Slow updates and all of that. But only 2 players for Hellraiser surviving. JR does actually manage to get the AK, which may be valuable here, as he does hear Dizon pushing. And Kalinka from on high will actually not peek for a while there, as he would be spotted by an AWP going in that direction. But both CTs close now. JR, ring around the Rosie. The flank god does manage to get the kill in the end, and that's a round for Hellraisers. It's a back and forth at this point, right? Galaxy Razors have to buy, I think.
That do be a yikes.
That do be kind of yikes, though. Look at this buy.
Do
2
be kinda
scouts.
Yikes. Yeah, things are looking good for Galaxy Racer, picking up the force by victory to find a 6, trying to close things back up to Hellraisers. Instead, they drop the ball themselves, and now Hellraisers up to 12 and closing in on that illustrious 16. The grand jewel of the CS:GO score lines, the A1, the Alpha. Everybody wants a 16. Very few get a 16 though.
The sweet 16.
That is, isn't that when you turn 16 in America, basically?
Basically, yeah. It's the white equivalent of the quinceañera.
What's that?
Some
Is that like the bar mitzvah?
Some Mexican thing, yeah, basically. I think that's just for
Okay.
women, though.
Okay.
Every culture's got one of those growing of age type things. Some of them kept it, some of them, you know, just made it a 16th birthday party.
Yeah, we don't really have much in the UK in that regard, but Galaxy Racer making things interesting yet again here. These pistols are finding lots, and they're going to kiss inside of the smoke. Plesson, when does he realise? Now he realises. He's like, you know what? I should have been on the other side of the smoke by now. These are all up towards JR, and he can only find one. And a bit of a smooch in the smoke does lead to Galaxy Racer on a 7th, and I think they've just about got a time for this bomb defuse.
Oh, just about enough. Yeah, they will. Almost goes to the white light, and yeah, Plesson and I believe it was Problem just holding each other in the smoke, embracing one another. Can love bloom on the battlefield? Apparently not. Shoots him in the end.
What was that? Was that a reference to something?
I think
Love bloom on the battlefield.
that's something of a. It's either a Metal Gear reference or something else, and then everyone always connects it to Metal Gear, you know? That's buckled you.
outrageous. That was outrageous. That was...
I'll leave you a moment to recover. As Hellraisers do start to position themselves for yet another B take, with not very good utility to help them out at all. This kill from Kalinka is actually a bit of a game changer. It does pull the CTs ever so slightly further away, and the B-bomb site definitely going to be within their grasp. But a 4v5 retake, a little bit undoable unless Tabs can open things up here. Just a trade. Gotta be favoring the terrorists as they do outnumber the CTs 4-2. He's still keeping the CTs here. Kalinka gets another kill. The bomb is still ticking away, and I don't think Galaxy Racer is saving anything in this round.
Yeah, can either of these teams please win an anti-force, an anti-eco, please? That would be delightful.
We saw the same
Really
thing
just,
on
it
Inferno,
really
right?
just make my day. You know, being able to see a team with the superior weaponry, you know, just win a round.
That would be... yeah, no. I'm not into science fiction at this point. Looking at Hellraisers picking up a 13th and Galaxy Racer pretty far behind at this point. Look at the money. Surely they can't get it done in this one. Tabs is
That's what we said
spending to
last
the
time.
end. Yes, I know. They're all spending all their money. It's going to be
Get the
Deagles.
dual
and
Berettas
AK.
through and you'll be fine.
Dual Berettas. On this kind of a distance, you know, I don't think I favor the dual Berettas. The Deagle may be the better
Put
gun.
yourself in Pop Dog. Or
Oh,
get
yeah.
like a Mag 7 in Pop Dog, or even a Zeus, like.
Yeah, that's only $200. Worthy
Yeah,
investment.
get yourself a Zeus and dual Berettas then.
Dual wield Zeus's. Let's go. Twice the shock value.
Can you drop Zeus's?
Yes, you can.
Why not buy like 2 Zeus's and then just shuffle them over towards Pop Dog at the start of the round, and you have 2 Zeus's to use? Fire the first one off and you pick up the second.
I think I have seen people like
Why
shoot...
am I not a coach?
I think I have seen people shoot like auto shotties toward like some kind of position where the auto shotty is very useful, but then there's an AK right behind you so you can switch to a competent weapon. Anyway, Problem does find an entry into B, but 2 more players waiting for him will be deleting him as 2 CTs lose their lives individually on the A bomb site. This is surely a round here for Hellraisers. Galaxy not going to be able to find one. Finally, going to be forced to eco. And yeah, saving these AKs probably an imperative right now.
Should be 14 then, and that should be finally. Guess what? We've done it. A round with the superior weaponry coming out on top. Let's all have ourselves a bit of a celebration. Let's get the bunting out, get the party poppers, give me a party hat, give me everything, because this is a celebration.
One of those little paper foldy out things that go.
I know exactly what you mean.
But no one has a name for them, do they? Like birthday whistle, I guess. But like that's as close as I can get.
The party screamers?
I've never heard that one.
No, I just made it up. In hopes that you'd agree with me.
Just faking like I'm knowledgeable. Oh yeah, party screamers. Yeah, I love those. This is going off the rails here on Train. As we've thoroughly lost our minds here. I know, right? As we
Let's try and bring it back on track, I guess.
Oh god, you've done it too. 14-7, a double lead here for Hellraisers. Hopefully gonna be able to find this one as Galaxy, well, they've saved their money, but 2 of their players have actually spent quite a bit. And it doesn't seem to be paying dividends so far. I say that, but then 2 kills go their way. But an equalizer here. Flarage does manage to find one on B. And now, Relaxa spotting the shadow and one in main as well, trying to find something. Will be happening, and this is the last one here. No kisses in the smoke this time. The kissing booth is closed. Freddy does get the kill here in the end. It's up to him to retake the A bomb site all the way from CT, or that's at least the kind of sound he made. Faked it out, using the sound of his footsteps to give his enemies the wrong idea, but that doesn't fool JR. Gotta get up pretty early in the morning, and this game only started at 11:50, so getting up in the morning pretty much doesn't help you in that respect.
It's moments like that when you say the time, and then I've just remembered, oh god, you're not from the UK, are you?
I am not. I am on that CET time.
Yeah.
Just switched off of CEST last week. Good stuff.
Yeah. I had to wake up at the outrageous time of 10 a.m.
Oh, man. God, I'm gonna go to Twitter and complain about that. I get paid $25,000 a month, by the way. I can't.
I am not going to get myself involved in this conversation.
Those Cloud9 playing. Not Cloud9, what was it? I forget. Some NA org, whatever. Just a little bit entitled.
You know what else is entitled? Hellraisers to his final rounds. It looks like it's going to be 16-7 as they're just picking them off one by one. D's on. Can't find the shot. He does get a bit of a tag, I believe.
But all down to, yeah, Relaxa, 1v5, AWP. I don't think we're going to be talking about any of the play-by-play stuff here. Hellraiser's probably going to be picking this one up. Most likely. The Mario jump not going to be working out here in the end. And Well, we saw it coming, but I don't think we saw it coming in this fashion, right? Both teams losing their own map picks, sort of throwing away their advantages in their own sort of special, unique ways, finally culminating on this train map here in the end. Hellraisers do manage to pick it up. I suppose the next match should be starting actually now, but it probably has been postponed just a little bit. So we'll be going to a break, and once we're back, it is going to be the next match, Agf Vs Espada. Don't go anywhere.
Nice shot. Lock and load. Wow, very good. Let me show you how it is done.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another Loot Bet Best of 3 here in Season 8. We are going to be going into the Swiss system as we did in the previous match. That was the lower bracket, if you will, between Hellraisers and Galaxy Racers. Now we're going to be going into the... Which one was it again? The
Agf
2
Vs
the
Espada.
2-1, I believe. Hello, Dad?
Yes.
Ah, you're
Hello?
there. Okay, I didn't think you were. Okay, well, we're going to be going into this one now as Agf versus Espada. What do you make of this matchup so far?
Should be pretty good. I mean, both of these teams they're 2-1, so definitely the winner will basically qualify for the playoffs. Loser will have to try and get a dub in the 2-2 bracket. But it should be an interesting one either way because I've watched actually a lot of Espada recently, and there are some hugely sick players on that game in that team. Especially Patsy. Patsy has been an absolute animal recently. From what I watched, Dexter with the AWP has been huge as well. So definitely, there's a lot of fragging power on that Espada side.
And Christo as well. I don't know what his deal is. I tried researching it, but I couldn't really. Even Wikipedia couldn't answer it for me. Is he on loan from North? Is he still under contract with them, but just playing for AGF on the side? Obviously,
I believe so.
Obviously, these Danish football clubs willing to, push some players left and right, ping pong them when the need be, and we will be seeing a matchup between the Danes and the Russians going head to head in this one. Looking quite scary for AGF in my opinion.
Yeah, I think Espada have a really good chance of booking themselves the spot in the playoffs here. Obviously, have to see how it progresses because we've seen some upsets so far. But looking at the maps, I mean, pretty standard, I'd say. I'm surprised AGF let Overpass through, though. To be fair, and allow Espada to pick that into them.
They do have a terrible record on Overpass for sure, but they do have a permaban as well, remember, Vertigo. They had to ban that one and essentially let Overpass through. So Espada probably looking to pick this one up on the first map as... 1 second, technical issues. And we're back. Then... On the next map, Inferno, not looking too hot for Espada, just like, looking at the raw statistics here, but Nuke as the final map, that doesn't look too rosy either.
No, I don't know. I feel like the win rate for Espada is a little bit deceptive on Nuke, actually. I feel like they're actually a pretty strong Nuke team. But I've had some rough opponents recently, so we'll have to see what they bring to the table. I think like Espada probably going to be the better team in this best of 3, and probably will be able to pick things up 2-1 against the AGF side.
We'll be looking forward to seeing that, and looks like we're going to be going live into the knife round. A little bit of a longer pause there. Anyway, Espada maybe wanting to start on the CT side for this one, just seeing what AGF can actually do on their T side. Like get like a nice big sort of lead right on the CT, and then once it hits T, you really don't have to try all that hard. You don't really have to dig deep into the strat book for that to happen. And it looks like they will be actually getting it here in the end. As Christo...
He's going to lead them on a bit of a merry chase here.
Benny Hill theme song really echoing through long here. As finally he decides, you know what, it's time to face my demons, time to face my worries. Does actually manage to get the first one. I don't want to play-by-play the knife round, but he has made it exciting, just playing around this pole here.
4 kills already. Could he ace the knife round? Around the pole they dance. Gonna be using that pole to try and block the knife swings, but can he collect it? It's a dance with death, and Chris2 will ace it out in the knife round. Collects themselves a side choice and gives AGF a strong backing to begin this one with. And if there's anything I say about the knife rounds, is they have absolutely nothing to do with how the game will play out.
Absolutely nothing around that light pole. I'm gonna be honest, I forgot that light pole existed, but now I'm gonna be remembering it every time I pass it, because that was
pole.
just very nice.
I think you'll find the term is lamppost.
Ah, right. Did I say light pole? Man,
Light pole.
That is not what anything should be called, frankly. The
Look
dictionary.
at this bag stack.
God.
God.
Either way, just waiting for this pistol round to commence here. As Christo being able to dictate which side they start out on. We'll probably be picking the CT side.
Yeah, I like Overpass for the sort of CT aggression that you can actually throw the T side's way. Lots of opportunities to catch Espada or catch the T side off guard and give yourselves a bit of a chance to sort of dictate the pace on the CT side. It's one of the few maps where you can actually do that, and it'd be interesting to see if AGF or whichever team starts out on the CT side here will actually go for it.
Definitely. Interesting to see those. The terrorists a little bit more limited in what they can do, basically always having to have someone control B short or connector. Just something, so that there's like a guaranteed way to rotate fast, right, between the two sites, but that is a thing for the full buy rounds. On the pistols, it doesn't quite work that way. Usually the terrorists just sort of run toward long, go through the toilets into the connector, onto B, the round the world strat as it's known in matchmaking circles. And if you play matchmaking, this will be a well-known position as well. 4 players stacking B and 1 CT, just going to be spotting here on the cross. Actually, no, Froslev throwing us for a bit of a curveball here, as he does actually go down connector and will not be hearing any of these footsteps happening toward the A bomb site. They do actually hug the right wall instead of the left one, giving him a chance to hear something, but no CTs are rotating so far. I think that's going to be even more dangerous going forward. Froslev has managed to fall back into the site, but now he's gonna have to actually hold them down, and I don't think he's got the chops for it. Just falls back in the bank. The bomb will be going down, planted for short, and the USPs with the range advantage, they're gonna need every inch they can get here if they're gonna retake. First kill already going their way, but Finnegan gets the back.
The CT side, they need to retake quickly here, and Chris2, a nice shot, a follow-up with the USP, huge frags coming through, and somehow popping around. They're able to avoid the bullets there in the bathrooms, but with only 2 players alive, they just can't peek the bomb, which is being defused, and AGF, they pick up a first round. Huge work from them, a nice retake comes through. Roslev getting a necessary kill and keeping himself alive as well.
AGF apparently standing for a good first, brackets round, as they will be picking this one up. Made it work. And yeah, who picked the first map, someone asks. It is, you can see just below the mini-map, it was in fact Espada. As AGF does have a 0% record on the map, so they probably won't want to be playing Overpass, but that's where we have been left with. As Dexter already finding the opening kill, though he does get pinged down to 14 HP.
Yeah, but I think that's a worthwhile trade for Dexter. Gets the opening kill, even though he's low HP now. Him and his buddies, they can definitely convert around here for these Sparta siders. With the bomb plant, they get themselves an AK, a few Galils. Definitely enough to challenge AGF here, and already down a man.
In fact, it'd be forgiving to think there are only 3 CTs left remaining based on the minimap, but 2 of them are presumably stacked there on the B bomb site, just from the CT position, waiting for someone to get in their crosshairs. They're going to be waiting for a while, though, but at least they're in a fast rotate position for this A-take that's going to be happening. Actually, looks like they're going to be leaving Frostlev here solo, unless Lukey stays as well. Who knows? Either way, terrorists encroaching on the A-bomb site. Long and short split. Let's see if this two-pronged assault can be successful.
Это неправильное решение.
Но с другой
Any
стороны,
A
они
presence,
сейчас,
actually?
если
The minimap is a bit
None at all.
confusing. None at all, yeah, they are all below. I was thinking
Big
maybe...
gamble from AGF.
Very big. Not sure on what basis, but hey, if you have 4 left alive, basically stack one site, save all the guns for the next round, and you get to do it all over again. Why not?
Yeah. I realize that the round is already gone. That the Espada, if they get the bomb planted, it's basically over, and they'll just keep themselves alive, keep the M4 a few FAMASes in the round. And actually, Espada, they've been able to pick up an M4 to upgrade one of those Galils as well. So for the Espada side, they'll have a very nice complement of weapons going forwards. I don't think AGF are really going to get much on Christu, probably just a pistol for him. So Espada have a chance here to pretty convincingly secure a second as well off the back of this. So that is a danger of the T4 spy after the pistol. That is a big danger, and it comes to fruition there for the AGF side. We'll see if they can bounce back, whether maybe Tomb on that M4 can pick up a few frags, or whether the FAMASes will be able to do much. But I suspect Christu buys up a pistol here. And he actually does get one dropped over to him, so he can get a bit of extra utility through, along with some armor.
Or no, he's just going to be saving the 1500.
Whatever floats your boat, I guess.
Throws us for a bit of a loop there, doesn't actually fully invest into this round, probably going for like the AWP later on, I suppose. That could be something that he can like use himself or just drop. Either way, looks like the T's won't be going B this time. It will be the pointy letter as far as early positioning is concerned. Just waiting for AGF to do something, as they have saved all the guns from the previous round. Will be quite useful here. The T is expecting it, though. They're really crossing their I's, dotting their T's. That was obviously intentional. Anyway, going into the toilet connector, Christo getting traded, unfortunately, though he does do at least what you'd expect with the Deagle, which is not a lot. And Frostlev also playing a little bit close. Dima not going to be caught by him as he does go inside toilets, but Patsy on the corner does actually do a nice little flick there on Frostlev as the A-bomb site appears to be open. And can this be another save coming in from the CTs? Unless they can get something for the back, that's sure to be the case, but one kill does go their way, so now they may reconsider, actually. As 2 CTs come from the toilet's position, but Dima already downs one, and the second one not that far behind. Only Netrick left alive with his FAMAS in the bank. Gonna have to save something in the bank position.
Oh, Mick do himself a real trick over the net here to try and clutch this 1v2.
Good one, good one.
Thank you. Not my best work, but it'll fit. Unfortunately, he's getting a bit of net connection issues as he gets disconnected from the round.
Dima. No
Not
pun
actually.
for Dima.
He didn't actually get disconnected from the round, just in case anybody's like listening on radio or something. He just got headshotted.
That is a far more likely occurrence here in Counter-Strike, as players did really, like, it was a dark time in 2016 when every one of these matches was interrupted by DDoS attempts. So I'm glad we transitioned to, like, real gambling, where that doesn't really happen. Skins gambling, though, that was the Wild West, wasn't it? It's also wild.
A lawless society.
This B stack coming in from AGF. Really stacking all those USPs and the P2K, I suppose. Onto it. A little bit of a boost as well, but the T is not really bothered. Going toward A once more.
I don't blame this stack from AGF, to be honest. I mean, 4 USPs, a P2K, not really much of any weaponry for them to use. So it should be Espada to a third, especially with the A site in their control now. The bomb will head its way in. It will get planted. Netrick's going to try and work his way up to maybe find a shot, but he will in fact find a shot. Unfortunately, it's Dexter's shot that kills him. that AK-47, and they're just gonna clean things up here. Dexter with 2 more. That nade tagging down Christu.
Ooh, some extra money coming in with the UMP. Dexter making the cash register noise ring around the CT tunnels.
Dexter gets himself 4 kills in that round. Not bad.
Yeah.
Eco fragging.
Not a bad shout. As Sotvik does actually take the UMP into this one. 5k
Not a
to
bad
his
weapon.
name. Probably could have gotten something better, but hey, I'm gonna stick with the trusty UMP. Used to be the
Yeah,
SMG of choice before the MP9 meta took over. The UMP was sadly nerfed to oblivion. Still pretty good. Decent price as well, 50 bucks cheaper than the MP9, but at that point, I think I'm taking the fire rate, the running accuracy, the easier spray control.
Also on the T said you can't buy the MP9.
There you go, but you can buy a Mac 10, which maybe I would still
can.
prefer. At this point,
Yeah,
come on, man.
I think for Sotvik, the aim is really to try and just upgrade that weapon sort of partway through the round, or maybe just go 1 for 1 with it.
Yeah, as the bodies start to litter the streets, you can sort of have a pick of weaponry better than what you can buy in Spawn. And Luki, a double spray down coming in from Monster. The bomb also down, so the rotation fast approaching as Dima is aware of the potential flank, but the push is already happening now. Dima also is committed to the push, and he does actually get the kill. We'll be expecting someone to be coming from shortly. But it is being watched, and Frostlev, okay, he does get actually the shot. Doesn't manage to spray down. It gets blinded by his own team's flash, I think. You can't actually prevent the bomb plant, and Frostlev left in a 1v1. Low HP on him, does manage to down the first. And Dima, he knows he has to play this one slowly. Frostlev on the aggressive jump, but the jumping sort of accuracy reset that happens kind of screws him off in there. As yet another round goes the way of Espada.
He made it close though, with a 1v3, or 1v2 actually, I think technically. Almost goes his way. Dima's left with little HP. But unfortunately for the AGF side, the only round they picked up so far is a pistol round, and now they're back on majority pistols. A USP, a couple Deagles, CZ, a Scout for Netric, the best weapon that they have for this next round. As they do save their cash, as their loss money has reached its peak. Getting the 3,400 coming here after this round. Provided they do lose it. If they win it, obviously not going to matter.
And hey, if they stack the B bomb site, it's doable. You know, they can't always get this one. Just straight up execute onto B looks like a smoke into heaven. Flash is also raining in. Gonna be baiting some utility from the CTs, but none is present, so none is to be baited. As TMB goes for the wide swing, unannounced, just gets one, an uninvited guest, downing one of the Ts, but the Ts are now on the offense, and
Okay, so humor me for a
starting to
minute.
look a little bit scary
my
for them
son-
as well. Frostlev getting another one with the CZ right up close. An AK salvaged, the bomb downed. And now they just have to wait. The T's, they have plenty of time to go back A, but they don't have any map control, so they don't know that it's safe. Another exchange happens, 2v3 now. And Dexter just trying to get something from short, not really going to be happening. And maybe the monster player can help him a little bit. Sotvik playing around the pillar. Dexter does find Luki, and Sotvik does open up the map, the site completely rather. As Netric, well, he's the last man standing for his team, trying to get something done from heaven. Does down the bomb, but it will be going down shortly. He can spam the box. Everyone knows that that is a very dangerous place to be if there's a high caliber sniper rifle in heaven, but that doesn't matter. Just a P250 or whatever that was into the body of the last remaining terrorist. He will be getting the bomb defuse and is just looking for a better weapon to save at this point. Well, utility, I suppose.
Yeah, already salvaged an AK. He'll get the defuse through, no problem. Well, I'll say no problem. Yeah, it's no problem.
Absolutely zero problems here.
Yeah.
No white light, no scary beep noise. Just a clean diffuse.
Yeah. So AGF finally picking themselves up another round. It's off the back of just some pistols. And you said that's back stacked towards B. Could be dangerous, and it certainly is for the Espada side. Can he bounce back, though, now as we will head ourselves into the next round? Espada looking for 5, AGF looking to try and pick up just 1 gun round for themselves.
That would be the goal at this point. Ooh, Christo already opening it up. That's going to be excellent for the AGF side. Desperate for rounds.
What's going on, everybody?
Needed that. Now the T's pumping the brakes a little bit. Patsy just working this connector position forward, and with that monster position as well that they already have, looking like a late B execute. And the CT is not really giving them any chances like to get kills off of aggressive picks. Dima watching the angle, but no one's going to be there.
Espada having to fight back in this round 4v5. They've got a lot of presence towards that B site over by the monster tunnel, which looks like it will be the avenue towards the site. However, the bomb not committed. It's actually going to run away, as are the other 2 players, and they're going to rejoin with, I think it is Patsy, up close towards Shore. I'm not sure if it's been spotted out, but the AWP is certainly looking to find him. But Patsy will get the kill, and huge kill, in fact, for him, as he's opened up that A site a little bit. There is another player in position, actually another 2 players in position. Over by the truck, this A site is very heavily defended, as now Espada, 25 seconds on the clock, they work their way forwards, and that utility is great as it forces them back out of the site and gives it up to the Espada side.
Good decision to actually go on A, and nice entry from Patsy also just gets them in there. Really no chance for AGF at this point. Patsy does get traded, a 3v3 situation, but utility still in the hands of the terrorists will be put to use. As the CTs, they're starting to run out of time. 20 seconds, and there is 1 kit in play, so that 1 player, Frostlev, does actually have to go for the defuse. Lukey does manage to find Finnegan, however. And now, since it is planted for short, they are going to have to look in that general direction. And Dima, with the wide swing, does go for it. And the bomb defuse has been stopped. Frostlev, no chance to win this one. Tries to actually go for the kill. Sotvik on low HP, but Frostlev on even lower as he does go fall to the bomb. And yet another win for Espada.
I'm surprised that bomb actually took him down there at the end.
It was planted pretty far forward, but yeah, I agree. It's not that big a distance. You wouldn't think a high HP player like him would be down that easily. C4 damage always a bit of a mystery unless you're 3-Clicks Philip, who's picked up every single spot where you lose 1 armor. It is actually ridiculous how far away you lose 1 armor for surviving the bomb blast. Does screw you out of a free helmet upgrade in the next round sometimes.
Well, you say free, but not having to rebuy the full Kevlar set.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. A little bit of a pause here. AGF, they've got the AWP up for Christu, but with no armor, he is glass cannon. There's a few MP9s, a FAMAS for Frostlev. It's really not a great buy.
Definitely
But I think they're banking on the fact that Espada should have low economy. However, they don't really, because they have all the utility, all the weaponry they could ever need, as well as a bit of cash in reserve to buy up if they do lose another round. So it's not going to be easy for AGF here. I think they're taking a gamble that's not going to pay off. But we'll have to see how this prevails. Maybe Christie with the AWP can net some good opening frags for them. Or maybe Espada are just going to roll their way to a 6th.
Just a really hands-off affair in this one. Really, both teams staying pretty far away from each other as Looks like the monster position is going to be the first point of contact here. Dima already pushing in. TMB not going to get flashed whatsoever from that, but the MP9 can't actually win in the end, although Luki's MP9 does have a little bit more luck. A 4v4 situation favoring the terrorists. Going to be still pushing from monster, even though there's only 2 players here committed to the B push. So they're not even pushing, just sort of holding the angles, not really being conscious of that boost spot there, but Dexter does manage to pick up Luki, and 4v3 now, as Netric is here deep in shorts, trying to find any players that maybe aren't playing with the pack, but he may get backstabbed. Yes, he does, by Patsy from Connector, and now 3 monster players with only 1 B player to find there in water. This is a write-off for AGF. Espada pretty much got this round in the bag. Frostlev needs to go big here. Doesn't go big, actually falls to like a bit of a meme shot there from Finnegan, just jumping toward him with an AK like an animal. Does manage to get the kill though. And Espada picking up a 6th.
Yeah, Christou's already on the save. With that AWP out towards the long toilets, just hoping to keep that weapon alive, and should be able to. I don't think Espada are going to chase too heavily for this one, considering the HP that they have, and they'll be liking to build up a bit of economy behind them, a bit more economy that is, with these 4 weapons survived. But for Christou, he could get armor in the next round if he wanted to, if they wanted to go for another buy, or he could just go glass cannon again and just save all of his cash. It's a bit of an awkward situation, that, because obviously you'd rather have the armor, but I mean, he could go for it. They could go for a bit of a min buy here, buy a bit of armor for him. The rest of the team could get some maybe upgraded pistols, and they'll just try and go from there. Try and pick up a bit of damage, maybe try and carry that up through to the next round as well.
Lower economy going on. Espada looking to pick up a 7th in this one. Unless the B stack is successful. Although, past records don't really show that.
Yeah.
That's really going to happen. And Christo playing really far forward. Solo with the AWP. Could get like flanked pretty heavily from the fountain position. But it looks like he's very committed to the connector anyway. Willing to either die or push or die trying, basically. Holding the right side angle, knows there might be someone there. Oh, it does get the timing in the end. So Christo with the nice kill, and his friend on short also calling that it's pretty much clear, so he does go for the B rotate eventually, and now he's just going to be holding this tunnel position, really separating the T from the rest of his team, but that smoke will be nullifying him. And now the terrorists, well, they're all over the map right now. Look at it. They're forming a triangle here. Finnegan at the end of long. Sotfik sort of running behind him. And one more in T spawn to just sort of kill the rotators. But one of them seems to have snuck right past him. Gonna be looking like an awkward T position. So far, not gonna get much done except maybe hold the counter-terrorists from rotating. And Finnegan pushing really deep into like below A, may actually get found by Netric here. Unbeknownst to him, he gets CSGO'd harder than I've ever seen before. Netric looking away at just the wrong time. Finnegan still confident he can get some kills going, but the bomb has been planted on A, and no one is going to rotate through these tunnels. Literally every single CT going somewhere else as Sotfik finds another one on long. God, that's so good. Planted for bank, so both terrorists having to sneak on back as the CTs have not really found any players playing after plant in toilets. And now it will be pushing onto the site. Finnegan already going down. Sotfik with an attempted spray down. Doesn't really get it in the end. 2 players for AGF survive. And do they actually have this? Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Just by the skin of their teeth, though. No, it doesn't even go to the white light. Never mind. 3 seconds. Pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, for Espada, that is not a good round, like, at all. Obviously, the AWP from Christou just goes havoc in the early stages, but that is still winnable in that 1v3 at the end, or in the 2v3 especially. It's still very winnable.
Yeah.
They just over-duel to the fights instead of playing as they usually would against guns. And, like that duel from the player long, he peeks out, gets their first kill, just commits to the spray, instead of trying to pull back in towards long and try and work a bit more time with the clock, because if obviously the time is getting low, so if he just works a few more seconds off that clock, things get very, very dicey for AGF, and it becomes almost an unwinnable round.
I don't think he was actually peeking out. He was just sort of hard holding that like cubby position outside of long, so A little bit of a misplay from him, like giving himself no chance to even fall back. And yeah, as you said, does commit to the full spray, and that's really not going to catch out any counter-terrorists. They're just going to wait slightly, and then once your spray is well and truly out of control, push into it, get the trade frag, and then end the round that way. That's how that went. Here on this one, though, it is going to be another B assault. Flash is already raining through. Luki not going to get connected by any of them. Never mind. Does turn toward the short one and does get downed by many players. Potentially could have gotten that frag. As a 4v4 situation is here now. These kills raining in so fast. Can't even keep up. AGF losing players left and right. Only 2 remaining now. Just so fast on these kills. I have no idea how Espada did that, but that is just unbridled aggression right there.
Yeah, I mean, that B site just gets overrun by the Espada players. It's 7th for them as they bounce back, and AGF still yet to actually win a gun round. They picked up the pistol round and a couple eco rounds with limited weaponry, but not a full gun round yet. Espada, they've been dominant in that fashion, and they should be able to get a pretty dominant half here as long as they can just work their way into closing out these anti-ecos. We saw Hellraisers have the similar issue as well in that previous best of 3 in trying to close out the anti-ecos that did sort of cost them not overpass, it cost them Inferno.
Agreed. Good times. Those of you that were watching it with us. You missed some confusing Counter-Strike, but some unpredictable
Even more confusing commentary.
Oh yeah. Scooby-Doo impressions, everything, man.
It's one of the it's like a wacky races. Do you ever have wacky races?
Bro, that show was so confusing. Dick Dastardly, right? He could have won pretty much a lot of those races, but every time he was winning, he just slows down and says, "But to make sure that we win, I will set a trap for the others." And then his trap backfires and he always finishes last. It's like, it's supposed to teach kids the value of not cheating, but I think it just teaches them to cheat properly and not like that. I mean, come on. What was that? Nice shot from Christo.
Yeah.
Bringing
2 for him already.
Yeah. Both kills in this round coming from him as Espada, only 3 members remaining. Gonna have to regain some control here in toilets. Frostlift playing a little bit forward, so maybe an opportunity for them, but at this range, an MP9, it can do quite a bit of damage. Dima just has to get a little bit overzealous, and down he will go.
Another shot for Christo as well. Just keeps on banging them out. And, well, AGF, they're brought into a 5-on-1 as they'll fight back and should be able to secure a 4th here despite Espada's dominance so far in the game. They're actually posting a decent amount of rounds on the CT side so far. If they can close things up a little bit further, it will be a very, very good half going into that T side. But I'm not really sure how drilled they'll be on their own T side. It might be Espada able to work a lot of that aggression and a lot of that sort of CT CT aggression.
Yeah, CT aggression, just
rounds.
like rotating properly, all of that good stuff. Just really something that the good overpass teams should be good at, sort of have that in their playbook. As AGF, they do need quite a few more rounds to get back into this one. But maybe this one is going to be a nice gimme, a nice 5th round on the board if all goes to plan. Just Deagles on the Espada side. Hopefully not going to be able to find too much, but we will see. These aim duels, they've been going all over the place today.
It would not be going all over the place if some people just bought some more Jubrettas.
I think that would be more all over the place, right? You spray that thing, it's either they go everywhere. The spray pattern is actually really nice. It's just a line. But...
Yeah, I was going to say, like, actually, if you understand how the spray pattern works for the dual bretters, they're actually super sick because it's really easy to keep them in a concentrated position. So you just nail the headshots after a headshot.
Yeah, there's not even that much spread, you're right. It is quite an accurate weapon. Or weapons, I suppose.
I mean, when it gets long range, the damage fall off, though, is just outrageous. So you do have to be conscious of being in somewhat of a close angle, but Christie with this AWP is just having a whale of a time. Dima with the Deagle is having an even bigger whale of a time as they push towards long, and they're actually going to secure themselves a 3-on-2 on this bomb site. Somehow AGF, without Christie, just can't do anything.
This is a very tough position now for AGF yet again. TMB trying to do something, just waiting for this bank push. Does actually get lucky, and Luki does get as well. Finnegan downing TMB though, and now Luki has to go for the defuse, but actually does hold the angle just the right amount of time, just waiting for that Molotov to bloom, and then, you know, the terrorist getting into his crosshairs, and that will be a win for AGF. Much needed. A lot
Costly one.
Very costly and very like much closer than you would expect a full Deagle basically gimme round to go.
Which is, I mean, the scoreline isn't too bad for AGF. It just feels like the rounds are not there. Like, Espada feel like the more, well, obviously, this is their map pick. AGF rarely play overpass, so any sort of close result here would be great for AGF. As they start working themselves into the CT side, Lucky and Netric double pick up a kill apiece, but Finnegan finally answers back with a couple of his own. But it's not going to be lasting for too long as Dexter's the last player alive at 1 versus 3 with the AWP. Collects the first. Smokes, occluding the vision of the CTs for the moment, and he's going to try and find an angle to play with that bomb dropped up on the site.
Ooh, he's heard the fall down, but gets baited into a peek regardless. Netric knows exactly where he is, sprays at him through the walls, just waiting for him to show himself. And this is going to be a very difficult position. 1 minute remaining, but there's no way you can sneak on out to A. You need to be solid Snake in order to do that one, and they're just waiting for the bomb plant to happen, do the clean retake, and then end the round that way. But Espada counting on Dexter to bring this one home.
He's got loads of time, though. 40 seconds on the clock still to work with. He can definitely find himself some 1v1s here. And he needs to go for the bomb, though. And he's really cautious about going for that too early. He wants to try and find another frag before things get too dangerous. But now he will finally collect the bomb. Flashbang to allow Netric to peek, and it's actually going to work out in their favor. Dexter will get taken down. Netric does get the kill, but with only 13 HP remaining, so almost went the way of Dexter that fight.
Yeah, dangerous, but the bomb wasn't even down. So once the T actually has to commit to the bomb plant, then he can just get wide swung from short, right? And then from then on, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy, as they would say. AGF, once again, in the advantageous position weapons-wise. Espada really not picking up any, well, just one AK. No, 2 AKs. The rest is Galils and a Deagle.
Woohoo.
Yeah, it's not that good. Not the best. Christo missing an AWP, however, but Frostlev does save him a little bit, and Netric is going to have some action here as a bunny hopping Patsy. Not quite Foon. Does get down there in connector and
Admin, he's doing it sideways.
Out middle, through the connector, like a speed demon. Ha ha ha. Great reference. Sad that he was actually hacking in those videos and it wasn't legit, but hey. We all like a good montage every now and again, and that's making it into a montage. Dexter getting 2 entries here, pretty much securing the round for his team if they are willing to do some extra legwork, but Dexter does go down in the end. Christo still low, but with Dima also being down to, yeah, basically 0 HP there. It was a Molotov that was taken away, plus a grenade on top of his head, the Molotov finishing him off, and that's going to be a easy defuse for AGF. I thought Espada had this one, not gonna lie, but an even scoreline coming in here.
This is surprising. AGF, they are clarting out on on overpass right now, which is not what I was expecting, that's for sure.
They have overpassed your expectations, you might say.
They have overpassed my expectations, you are correct. But, well, we will be seeing if they can withstand the heat on Inferno, though, which will be coming up after this. It depends, obviously, whether they'll be going into it with a map lead or a map deficit.
And then if all that gets tied up, we're going nuclear on Nuke. Gonna be interesting to see who can get that one if it comes to it.
Yep.
But the CTs, they've left A completely open here. 2 players in overpass, in underpass rather. The rest sort of lurking around that B bomb site, and well, just a straight up long push, gonna be circumventing the entire CT defense. And they're gonna be planting the bomb on A with little to no hope of retaking it for the CTs. Honestly, how has this happened? This is a full buy versus full buy round, Dan.
Why did you remind me of James Bardolph?
That was a James Bardolph reference. I'm glad you picked up on it. And your name is actually Dan, so hey.
Yeah, it works. That's why I wasn't sure. But kills being traded either way. Espada might just be able to secure an 8th at the halftime bell here with Sotfik getting a couple players around the corner of the orc to find the shot. That is quick from Christu. And Lucky's going to help out with a couple more as well, leaving just Finnegan up against the world. It's not quite Scott Pilgrim versus the world. Either way, it's going to be the defuse coming through for the AGF side. And 8th on the board for them instead, as they will take the lead for half-time. And that is a pretty good showing for them, considering that Overpass is not their pick. And they are pretty dog at it as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing if they're going to actually falter on the T half. Obviously, if it's not a map you play, you may not have many strategies in the old strat book, but Espada really dropping the ball here in the end. Cristo carrying the entire team with the AWP as well. Just was like a terrific player all throughout, but the rest leave a little bit to be desired. And we'll be seeing who can get the pistol advantage here in the next one. I think AGF do actually need it, despite... Oh boy, we got another jackpot.
Full house.
The full Cristo house. Just the North player on loan here. North signed this man. I mean, signed him into the main roster, rather.
Yeah.
He would deserve to be there. He is overperforming on this level of competition here so far. But going back to what I was saying before, AGF, I think they actually need the pistol round in order to have a chance in the rest, because I don't expect wonders from their T-half.
Yeah, definitely. I think that the T-half is going to be the tougher side for AGF, and Espada, I mean, they had a very strong lead early on, and it sort of slipped away from them. Obviously, a couple rounds against Ecos or Force Buys where Espada dropped the ball, and it could have easily been like a sort of 9-6 half for the Espada side, potentially even more, if AGF weren't able to get the momentum going early on. So definitely for Espada, feeling like they could have had more in that half, but they'll still be feeling confident that they can take their map pick here as we will head into the second half pistol round with AGF now on the attack, while Espada will take their chances on the defense. And well, this is all for a playoffs spot in the Loot Bet Season 8.
The team that loses will not be eliminated, of course. We'll have to go for one more. Probably against Hellraisers, who we just watched. No, not... Yeah, Hellraisers, who did win the 2-1 match. Either way, B execute on its way. 1 CT downed, but 2 Ts in return. Not looking good for them so far, as Sotfik, observing the floor texture, does emerge eventually and gets that 1 kill. Only 1 play remaining there on Monster. Netric going down last, and an 8-8 scoreline. Espada picking up the pistol. And I think this is the beginning of the end for AGF, but let's see if they have the chops to do the counter sweep and get this second round victory.
Yeah, it is much easier on the T side to get that force buy, so it's not all over for AGF. I'm not sure if they'll actually go for it though, because no bomb plant means that the cash is pretty lacking for them, and they will actually just go for a couple upgraded pistols in the form of a Deagle and a P250. So not all much to work with, no armor, and it's just going to be hope that maybe they can get a kill, maybe they can get towards a site and get a plant, and hope that Espada maybe give them a bit of space just to try and keep their own weapons alive. We'll see how it progresses, though, for them, with AGF just sort of balling their way out towards long. They will now make contact. And this is where things go wrong, probably.
possibly, though the short offense has progressed quite a lot. The long engagement, even though it took forever, had it been even longer, they would have started to get some shots coming in from short, but they're just not fast enough. And TMB, the last one surviving with the Deagle, gonna try and get some consolidation kills, but probably not going to be happening. And it looks like AGF forced. Well, no, actually, they can buy comfortably here. Didn't actually do too much of an investment, and this will be the first full buy round versus. Let's see, a little bit of a bonus rounding Espada with two. No, just two FAMASs. There you go. They just shuffled them around a little bit, make me confused, make me mix up my words. I'm sure that was their intention, and dilute bet odds favoring Espada.
Yeah, Espada should be able to pick up this first map from here on out. But you never know, AGF might surprise us. With this gun round coming through, they might be able to pull themselves back.
Very possible. As AGFs are sort of sneaking forward here, sneaky beaky like on toilets. No real CTs around to hear them, although the ones downstairs might file a noise complaint if they started running around. As the two CTs playing here, are they going to expect them to be this close already? Yes, they will go for the wide swing, but that's going to be an efficient trade for the Ts, and well, only Netric, he has to just push the bank a little bit. The bomb getting planted, presumably for short, but will it get denied? No, it won't. Dima going down as well, and all three CTs that pushed that smoke going down instantly. That was just well played there from AGF. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, good work, pulling it back to a 9-9 scoreline. Obviously denying Espada building up too much early on from the Espada side. If Espada picked up that round, it would definitely be a great economy going forward for them, and could have been them just completely steamrolling the CT half. But for AGF around there, it certainly does limit Espada, and you can see on the right side of your screen, Espada, not enough cash to get the full buy through here. They'll just have themselves a couple pistols upgraded off those USPs, and a couple USPs still as well. So for Espada, not the best will in the world. Does that nade stack? It does everything onto Sophic, who's been sent to infinity and beyond by that rocket launch. And now Tomb trying to push forward 4 more frags. Does a bit of damage, does quite a lot of damage, does a lot of kills, as it's a quick triple for Tomb, and it's all up towards Dima. A 1 versus 5 to maybe find a kill. Around the edge of the smoke, Christu will find him, and that is a clean round for AGF. 10 on the board.
Good stuff coming in. Really do love to see those nade stacks nuking the enemy team. I thought nuke was going to be the third map here, but I guess we're skipping ahead a little bit, as we do find ourselves in a full buy versus full buy situation. Espada lacking the utility somewhat, so a little bit of aggression probably going to be coming in just to even up the score early on. Dexter with the AWP will probably be going birthday, though Frostlev has already crossed, so he won't be available unless he does a little bit of a peek. Not going to be present on bathrooms, and the CTs have already rotated all the way back to the A-bomb site. Early aggression is off the table, but B short control is in their hands.
Yeah, it's good. Obviously, we're talking about it before. Espada should be able to manage the aggression on their CT side to give themselves a bit of extra map control, just that bit of extra info that Espada will have, knowing that short is clear. The opportunity to look through that short tunnel towards Monster should present itself some information as well. You can see Patsy now going aggressive towards long to try and find some close range frags. Has help from Sophic as well, I believe that is, are just behind him. So together they might be able to secure a few frags, as the close range fight does favor Patsy as he gets them both, and Sophic still alive as well. Huge frags, but Christu around the smoke, he'll get himself 2, and that's going to be Espada losing that 2-man advantage that they had. They committed a lot of players towards that position. Dexter
Christu going down there to Dexter, just like unfortunate after everything he did right, bringing them back into this round only to be shut down by an AWP unexpectedly on that angle. They're going to be committed toward this A site, though, as Dima is hiding an Optimus. Not very safe for him. He wasn't safe from Dexter's AWP either. And now this bomb plant from Lukey not going to be coming down as Finnegan does find him. And we find ourselves in an even-Steven scoreline. With a full buy probably going to be coming from both teams. Yeah, they have enough money.
So, Simon, what did you predict earlier on for this game?
AGF being stomped, but, you know, I am merely...
Did you go for the 2-0 or the 2-1?
I don't believe I committed to an actual prediction, so you're not going to get me that easy, but I can retroactively make one and just pretend I don't know that this one isn't going AGF's way. Yeah, we have some time here. The T's playing really far back, so let's go. AGF, well, they're much better on Inferno and they're much better on Nuke. So I would have just straight up predicted the DHL TV odds, right? Like, I mean, the win percentages, and just go 2-1. Expecting them to lose Overpass, but like they can win Overpass at this point. This is where we are.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sticking by my guns in Espada 2-1. We'll see how it goes. But AGF, certainly no slouches right now. Dima, that's a nice shot to find. That evens things back up into the 4-on-4. Should be potential. This aggression up long. Is he going to get caught by the Espada side? That's an early nade from the CTs, so it's not going to collect any damage onto AGF, who are much farther back. The utility now starts to rain in on the A site. See what they can do. They've got two players out towards toilets as well. Look at Dima. He's going to be on the flank and he can't find the shot. Christu, that's a huge kill to find. But we'll expect another player in a similar position out towards short. That is Finnegan. To find one. Patty, though, from that short position, can't get anything.
And it's not even planted for short right now. It is more for the long or the deep bank position or something. The CT is going to have to be worrying about that. But as I say that, it doesn't even get to that stage. The bomb defuse never entering their minds as bullets enter their heads as well instead. And we do find ourselves in this 11-10 scoreline with the CTs on the back foot here. Really low economy. And they're going to have to be calling a timeout here to figure out what to do, maybe how to divvy up this cash, or what to do in the round after, right? They can sort of talk about it now and then continue talking about it while they're getting demolished on an eco.
Yeah, Sparta. I was expecting bigger things on the CT side, I'll be honest, from them. They've looked a bit lackluster.
So far, haven't got really a big sample size yet, but we will see as the half progresses and there's more full buy versus full buy rounds. Christo doing superbly. Like, this entire mat, like, this is just entry kills. The 6, obviously, being very good if you can always get the first engagement to your advantage. So a really impactful player here in Christo. And who did you say before that we were supposed to be looking out for on the spot? I want to see who's missing.
Patsy and Dexter are the general two players who were really stepping up for Sparta recently. So I think Dexter's had a pretty good time.
Yeah, they have in this game as well. I mean, I've seen their names in the kill feed quite a few times now. Dexter especially. Dogster, as someone called them in chat earlier. That made me
bit harsh. That bit harsh.
Bit harsh. I mean, you know, it's a bit of a weird like insult to use. It's really not that sort of offensive in English. I don't think. Certain cultures do really like to use that one. I suppose you guys have rat.
Rat plays. we have a lot in the UK actually. There's a lot of stuff you can say in the UK, but
yeah, but like animal themed.
Many of them not safe for broadcast.
You can say animal names. Come on, I can't think of anyone other than rats though.
We do say dogs sometimes as well. So
that's a bit of a like an Eastern one, I think. Not really that common.
Back into the game, Espada. You know what isn't common for them? Weapons.
Nope.
No, they have a scout and an MP9, a few deagles. We'll see if they can steal it away though, because I mean, this is, so far today, we've just had teams winning 4 spies left, right, and center. So we'll see if that trend continues. However, AGF will be able to clean themselves up a nice, easy 12.
Surely going to be going their way, but so far, no engagements really concluding in anything. Finnegan only taking a little bit of HP damage. And a stack coming in from the Espada side, really gonna be scary for now. As the T is not really looking at anything, not really poking or prodding or any of the other verbs you may want to use for this kind of activity. TMB, though, does find one net trick. The other, in this bomb site B, feels like it should be wide open, right? But there's 3 more Deagles here, ready and waiting. Well, a scout, the Deagle with a scope, if you will. Waiting for them, but waiting for not, as AGF will be taking this bomb and committing it toward A. Patsy trying to get some more info to see if it's all clear. Sees that it's not and falls back, but the monster push still on its way. The bomb reconsidering yet again, going toward B, expecting some of the CTs to have rotated to A already. Not gonna be happening though, as they just commit, and that's not really going to matter. The CTs fall like flies, only Dexter left alive with the scout in his hand. Hopes in his dreams, and a bullet in Frostlev's head, fortunately for him. Not Frostlev, obviously, he's not loving life right now, but AGF probably still getting the round in this one, and Espada falling further and further behind, it seems.
Yeah, it's going to be a 2-round lead for them. Not looking fun. Dexter, a couple kills for him. Patsy, that shot as well as they push forward was nice. It looked like there might have been a chance for them, but it gets caught out, nade in his hand or a flashbang in his hand, and that sort of just derails the entire defense there for the Espada side. Dexter needs to make sure he's not going to die to the bomb. He's just took himself away a little bit further, going to try and pick up an AK, and he will do so. Good work to just save a weapon from the round then. I've actually, just a little bit of a fun fact for everyone. There's a hole in my sock, and now my big toe has just gone through it, made it a really big hole.
Oh, hell yeah.
And now my toe is very, very cold.
That does tend to happen. I never understood the problem with having holes in your socks. Of course, you try telling a woman that, and they're like, no, just throw it away immediately. What are you doing? I'm like, it's not really doing anything, right? No one's noticing there's a hole in my sock. It's not really leading to any adverse effects, unless it is sort of a colder month, and then your big toe does get a little bit cold, but what are we on about again?
I also just want to point out as well, I actually can't get the fabric back over into normal position. Like, the toe is currently stuck outside of the sock.
Oh no, you can't just like bend your like finger somewhat and then get it into like another pocket to just sort of have it safe. It's like completely out. The full toe.
Yeah, that the full toe is currently out because obviously with your toe it's like it's smaller at the bottom than it is at the top. You get like a fat toe at the top.
And if you feel like our small talk about, you know, the intricacies of having holes in your socks is giving you enough of a analytical advantage to be placing bets on which team will win, which team will lose, really calculating those odds, doing some big boy math, head on over to our betting partner, LootBet. There is a link just below the Twitch stream. You can click on that, use all those codes, get some good bonuses, all that good stuff.
And updates. Managed to get my toe back in the sock.
Woo!
I had to make the hole a little bit bigger though with my fingers to do so. And what that means for this game is it means that Espada are probably going to be able to come back into this 16-13 most likely.
If your toe can get back into the sock, the Espada can get back into this game, man.
It's like that chicken they brought to the major that one time that was predicting games. My toe could do the same.
Look forward to Dan's toe at the next major, whenever the hell that happens.
Oh, what's it gonna go for?
It's inside the sock! Astralis will be getting this one. Well, you know, maybe that's gonna be outdated by the time the majors actually roll around, but that is completely beside the point. We have gone completely off track, and this isn't even train. Off the road, if you will, I suppose, overpass. That would be
yeah,
an acceptable equivalent. And now 3
We've
AGF
eaten ourselves
players.
off the bridge.
3 AGF players coming from long. Going to be setting up for this A take. And the CTs, they better be ready to expect this. One playing here at the close position, one at truck. Let's see if this 2vx situation will be actually going their way. And it seems like 3 terrorists have gone down there, and Frostlev does join them. AGF not winning this one, and Espada looks like they are obeying the law of Dan Sock.
Yeah, I was gonna say the toe is predicting well so far.
That is
Ooh.
1-0 for the toe. I am gonna mark down.
B03. Yeah. You've been running tally.
I'm gonna
Well, I
run.
mean-
I'm gonna tally those up. See if by the end of the match we can get like a good sort of sample size going and predict that you are actually statistically
I mean, yeah.
advanced enough.
Yeah, the toe predicts that it is going to be Espada closing out this game either 16-13 or 16-14. No overtime.
I've written this
That's-
down and will hold you to hold you to your word
Yeah,
in the end.
we'll see.
We definitely
Toe
will.
could be incredibly wrong though, but if you guys want more toe facts, you feel free to follow our Twitters. You know, if you're enjoying things, this rambling, they are periodically being posted in the chat. So yeah, there's things you can do.
He is of course Dan Chen, and I am of course Sermon. Need a little bit of a refresher. Don't really mention that a lot, but we would like some fan
name is-
engagement as well.
I was about to say many times, my name is not an anime. Just in case you're wondering. I'm not an Oni-chan. None of that business.
Hiyo, Danu-chan.
We'll stop that right there.
We will pump the brakes as far as they go.
Yeah.
As AGF seem to be accelerating a little bit toward the A bomb site, but TMB being a nuisance here on the B bomb site, maybe forcing a rotation. But look at that long presence coming in from Espada. They have quite good map control, and Dexter really in a position to backstab a whole bunch of fools here as he's moving like just ever so closer. He does get spotted out though. That is very unfortunate. TMB does delete him in the end, and Sotvik, he's got it all to do here. The bomb will be going down. No way for Sotvik to prevent this. I say that, but then he just pushes the smoke and does it anyway. How has he made this happen? Sotvik will be spotting the next shadow as well coming in, and oh boy, this is all falling apart for AGF. Just very unfortunate set of circumstances. They evaded the flank kills coming in, but they cannot actually get the bomb down. Very unfortunate for them, and a great round here for Espada.
Yeah, great stuff from Sotvik, especially. He knows what the stakes are in that round. He knows the timer is running low, and he knows that the default plant spot is likely the position for them. He just pushes through, gets himself a little cheeky couple frags, and now Espada, well, the toe sees all, and they'll continue on their warpath to try and tie this game up 13-13.
Gonna be a tough one though. Christo and Netrick on Deagles only. If you have the best player there, I would actually prefer to give him an AK, but if he's really only that confident with the AWP, maybe the Deagle is the better shout here. As Espada, they do go for a bit of an aggressive push. 2 players at Monster getting flashed out, and Dima does actually manage to pick up the kill there on the other side of the map. We didn't get to see it, but looking at this long control here, that's looking scary as well. Patsy does pick up Christo, and the Deagle has been thoroughly thrown down. Only 3 AKs remaining. Frostlev, oof, with those kind of flicks, he can make anything happen, but they're still at a man disadvantage here, and the bomb all the way back in T-spawn. Looking forward to seeing where it's actually going to go. TMB trying to be a little bit of a nuisance here toward B, not going to get anything done except get a grenade launched thoroughly below his feet. And now we're going to be seeing a B execute coming off the back of that. TMB smoking heaven, presumably. Where does that land? I believe it does. Some other utility being thrown onto B, not gonna execute off of it straight away. That smoke just in front of Barrel is gonna be impairing them more than helping them. And Dima, he's pushed into short. He has no idea that there's players here on the other side of this smoke, but Finnegan finds one. Lukey trades, but will they be ready for the fast flank coming in? From short, oh, he doesn't actually get to him in time. Dima does manage the double spray down there, and what the hell was that from AGF?
Nonsense.
Unbridled nonsense.
Unbridled nonsense. Absolutely outrageous. But it goes the way of Espada as they continue their warpath. And Dima, nice double spray down there. Knows where the bomb's going to be planted. Can see the smoke down. Knows that the bomb must be in there somewhere. Just holds mouse 1. Gets the kills. And Espada get the round. So it's not much economy building up for Espada, though. And a very aggressive push through connector to come through. And surely Espada will be hearing this as they push forward. Patsy with the MP9 might be able to assist. Not that his teammates actually need much assistance, as they're just going to knock them down one by one all through the day. Metric, well done. You've got yourself an MP9 with that kill onto Patsy.
He's got
Hooray,
face stickers,
hurrah.
though.
Face stickers, MLG, all that's nonsense. But Finnegan will quickly put him down, and it's 14-13.
A full buy going to be coming in from AGF. Pretty good economy on the Espada side, basically being able to buy for the rest of this half, if my calculations are correct, and the odds favoring them heavily here. As AGF, well, they called a pause, though that's why they haven't bought yet. That's why all you see is Glocks so far. Gonna be actually a very crucial round here for them. The whole map basically rests on this. Hopefully they will be able to break their overpass record of 0%. Not if Christo has anything to say about it. Like, holy, this guy has had quite an impact. 14 AWP kills, 7 entries. That is just numbers of legend right there.
Yeah, they'll write songs about him, that's for sure.
Not really many things that
was
rhyme
a
with
great
Christo.
upper.
What rhymes with Christo? He was the best.
Mistu. He never missed you.
He got predicted by the big toe. He was Christo. Bring it all together in the end, as is the way.
It all comes full circle.
The big toe. I'm sure FNS used the big toe at some point. That is how the web of conspiracy unfurls here as, ooh, AGF actually losing their first player, getting boosted up across. Can't catch Finnegan slacking today. Does manage to find that kill, and now T's with their bomb all the way back in spawn, not really poised to do like a fast execute anywhere or anything. A minute left on the clock, gonna be trying to get some more map control as long. They do really favor that long, as the CTs don't actually contest it all that much. But a player
Yeah, it
deep
can give a
into
lot of
it,
space, but
yeah,
it gives a lot of space, but it's not exactly. You sort of do need control of short as well to be able to effectively push that A site. Otherwise, you've not really got many after plant positions to play with. As AGF, they're going to try and hightail towards that B site as the train passes over. Patsy secures one from the back, and now just 3 players alive, all pushing through the monster tunnel.
Ooh, just sneaking around. Can't really sneak past Dima, though, as he picks up all 3, all the kills, all the rounds. Espada getting that map point, and, well, just look at AGF's economy. 3,700, barely enough for like an AK armor helmet combo. No utility gonna be there to speak of unless someone quite courageously takes the Galil and buys. Nope, we're gonna all be AK heroes. Only 1 decoy and 1 smoke gonna be assisting them in this round.
Yikes.
And they better hope they can click on some heads here, because otherwise they just won 13 rounds on their worst map for nothing.
The big toe sees all. As 1 round away from the prediction coming true.
Yeah, you did predict 13 or 14, so I think...
Initially I did say just 13, but then I altered it to 13 or 14.
Ah, well,
But,
really hedging your bets there, but you didn't have to do that. You weren't playing loot bet. You were playing, in fact, caster predictions with the big toe, but lesser stakes there.
Big toes predictions.
For those of you who just started watching and have no idea what we're on about,
There's no easy way to even explain it.
there is no way to explain it. Just accept it. Just except that we have to talk about this game constantly, even though 50% of the time there's nothing really noteworthy going on. Just a bit of slow play going on, you know, as Overpass is. The terrorists taking slow control, the CTs doing aggression sometimes, but not always. And yeah, right now we're in one of those times. It's just really slow all across the board. 2 CTs going to be watching A, and the incoming take coming in all from short, and 1 player to watch the flank. As they have snuck pretty far forward, but Dexter does find him. Netric actually gets one on the Patsy, but Dexter with his 3rd kill here shuts them down completely. Netric also going to be going down here last, and Espada win this one 16-13. The big toe knows all!
It's like Now You See Me, the films. Like the eye that sees all. The big toe.
Yeah.
It knows everything that's happening. And
Well,
it will be 16-13 for Espada as they do take their map pick of Overpass before we head over to Inferno.
all right, after the break, we will see you guys here. Don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back with Inferno.
Nice shot. Lock and load. Wow, very good. Let me show you how it is done. Yeah, no.
will be forced to play one more game, one more best of 3 against one of the other teams with the same Swiss system scoreline going forward. Joining me, I am Sermon, by the way, and joining me right now is, of course, Dan Chan. How you doing, man?
I'm good. The big toe predictions have been 100% so far, so we'll see if they can continue forward. And I reckon AGF probably going to take this one.
Yeah,
And the big toe agrees with me.
That's good to know. Always getting the analyst, Big Toe, here on the stream. It has gotten 2 predictions correct, predicting both that the scoreline would, in the end, would be 16-13 in the previous map. And also some other prediction, which I forget exactly what it was. Was it like a force buy that they won somehow? I actually can't remember.
It was just that they were going to win the next round.
Oh, okay. Well, both of those coming true so far, and we didn't get the knife round predictions coming in from the Big Toe himself. But we will be seeing if he can grace us with his presence a little bit more here as we go into Inferno, which was, as a matter of fact, AGF's pick. So not winning in Overpass, obviously, they were not expected to. It is one of their worst maps. Not their perma-ban, but the worst one after that. And they do just narrowly lose it, though. I was expecting more of a stomp on the first map. Probably going to be better here on the second.
Yeah, I'd hope so. I mean, I'm surprised AGF put up 13 rounds there on an Overpass. I think once it got onto the CT side for Espada, I was expecting things to run a lot smoother for them, but actually it was a little bit turbulent. And now we do head into the pistol round with AGF actually having a lot of utility on this T side. Netric and Tomb with both plenty of grenades, well, a couple of HEs, a couple of smokes, and a couple of flashbangs. But it is going to be Christy who opens up the round, and Finnegan, he can't escape either. So Frostlev, he'll double up the frags for the AGF side into the pistol.
Ooh, Satvik with a nice kill there, evening up the player counts just a little bit. Still an advantage here for AGF, as they do actually decide for the B execute, but with only 2 players, very unorthodox, and Dexter does push the smoke. Like, no assistance coming in from Banana to stop him from doing that. Does get a double and bringing us to an even scoreline here. One more player pushing the construction area, and he wins that engagement, but on Banana, it goes the other way. So now, Satvik, a very well-timed grenade here, will be bringing Lucky down to 80 HP. And now we're just going to be waiting for the engagement to occur. I mean, both players using USPs, basically who can hit the headshot first, but Satvik is at a disadvantage with no armor. The aim punch not going to be coming through, though, as he does pick this one up first, and Espada with the first round. What do you make of it?
I mean, a great 3 kills for Satvik. That first one was spicy, but Dexter pushing through the smoke to find 2 kills was huge and instrumental for Espada picking up that pistol round. But now it's going to be the force buy from AGF. We'll see what they can do here. They're not going to have themselves many rifles. It'll just be a single Galil for Frostlev. A couple Deagles, a Tech 9 for Netric. Just a... Oh, actually, that's a Mac 10 for Lucky down there, isn't it? So he's there's a little bit for AGF to work with. And with Espada spending all their cash into this one, a few FAMASs, a couple SMGs, is every opportunity for AGF to try and bring this one back into an even Steven and actually take the advantage. But it's Dima who opens the kills up through the smoke. Christy will answer back. That one's going to sting for Dima.
Satvik not really having any utility to push the issue any further. He has to fall back, and a rotation already has occurred. So now 3 terrorists here on Banana going to be trying to execute with 3 smokes, which is more than enough for a B execute. Usually you're looking at 2 at the minimum. Well, I suppose 1 at the minimum, but 2 if you want to be good about it. As they do actually just make a little bit of noise and then fall back toward A. The rotation toward B still just Dexter getting fooled into rotating away from the oncoming terrorists, as they only left 1 player there in the corner. It is going to be Finnegan with the FAMAS in cubby. Let's see if he can come out of this cupboard fairly soon. He is going to have to wide swing if he's going to have a chance. Christo just sort of walks up to him, says, "How's your father?" and gets a deagle shot right into his head at close range. Going to be devastating for him, as Espada, well, 3 of them going to have to retake from the Banana position. And I think AGF have this one in the bag thoroughly.
I'm surprised no one from AGF has actually picked up that FAMAS that Finnegan had.
Yeah, that would be
is-
something useful, but it looks
think
like Christo
Christo
was
was trying to
actually
go for
going
it,
for it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But, he'll get caught out, and actually a 3-on-3, there's still potential for Espada. They have Sotfik with a kit, so they have an extra 5 seconds to work with. But, they still need to find the kills. Dexter gets one, but Patsy dropping in towards the pit, not going to secure the frags, and Dexter will follow shortly after. It's all up towards Sotfik, a 1v1. Both of them running out of ammo, I think, and it's going to be Lucky with the Glock who closes it out with the headshot.
He
And
tries.
AGF, they do find a tie.
He tries to get the FAMAS right and then just sort of gives up halfway through, like, wait a minute, I have a Glock. Dun dun dun, wins the round that way. Just a wonderful display from him. And AGF really do bring that one home. As Espada, they're on the back foot here economically. Deagle's coming in across the board, all the money spent, and a little bit of utility picked up for good measure. So the odds here, obviously favoring the AGF side. The win percentages would have you believe this, but statistics can be misleading. We will find out if they can do it in this one. Well, this round, a little bit of a gimme. But hey, once the full buy rounds start, let's start actually judging them for it. A nice nade there, going on to Banana, downing one terrorist and inflicting some damage on the others. Hopefully it's going to be enough. Sotfik does fake some presence there around
Lord.
first oranges, completely throws them off, playing from the pillar position instead, getting those 2 nice Deagle headshots, but it's not going to be enough. A little bit too little, too late, as Finnegan is left alone with just a Deagle and armor and $50 in his pocket. Gonna have to save this round somehow. Saving his weaponry, not really an option though. As he just thinks,
Molotov makes things harder.
yeah, come on. Is that really, you know?
Big Toe says no. No chance in this round.
Big Toe correct again. That is 3 so far, but you know, a little. I'm putting an asterisk next to that one as it was very easy.
That wasn't a very bold prediction. 1v2 no hit with a Deagle and 20 seconds on the bomb time. Wasn't exactly a bold prediction there.
You don't need to be Nostradamus to know he loses that one, and in the end, Espada will be here on the losing streak. No weaponry or utility to speak of, just going to be stacking those USPs onto B. Not going to be doing the Astralis stack, funnily enough. It's when you just form a human pyramid around the around the grill area, though it looks like they will all be sticking together like around dark-ish. That kind of setup. But terrorists not too interested so far. They will be throwing some utility their way. Not going to find any response, and maybe off the back of that they're going to commit to it, though with very few players here. They know sending in all 5 at a time may be a little bit too dangerous, right? You want to just have the first player feel it out, and if he dies and if he spots a lot of players, that's going to be their signal to get out of dodge. As TMB is going to be the sacrificial goat here. He will be finding the first oranges pick, and Netric will be finding 2 of his own. TMB then chiming in. This is just a nice round from them. A USP stack not working out for Espada.
Yeah, clean kills coming through. And, yeah, good work to keep all 5 players alive as well. So definitely for AGF. A good string of rounds coming through here as they are going to try and build as many rounds as they can on the T-side of Inferno here. Especially considering it is their map pick. And I'm sure they'll be filled with confidence actually from that previous map. Even though they weren't able to close it out. I think picking up 13 rounds on a map like Overpass that AGF just don't play, I think should bode well for them just on an individual level.
От калашей вас эта каска не спасет. Прострелов, ну не так здесь много. Это не нюк какой-нибудь, который весь дырявый. И там каска действительно очень нужна.
Very much, yeah.
Возможно, это
Nothing can really be definitively said at this point. Except that Espada really should be winning this one if they're going to want some momentum going forward. Break the AGF win streak just as soon as you possibly can. Establish your dominance and possibly pick up, you know, enough rounds on the CT half. I imagine they will be requiring about, 8, I would say. They could certainly get away with far less, but an 8-7 scoreline at the end, I think both teams would be happy with that one. And a little bit of a split here coming in from the terrace. Just 3 of them stacking toward the apartments area, top middle as well, while 2 of them are going to be baiting for utility or perhaps faking a B execute. 2 smokes and 2 mollies coming in. The CTs are going to know this is 2 people worth of utility, and they're surely going to be hearing these steps falling away from the B bomb side. Although the library player is rotating, this is starting to look scary for the Espada side. Netric pushed up long. Dexter probably going to be seeing him. Not going to expect a library player at this juncture here, and I'm just not sure why Netric didn't turn around there. That was very confusing. A 3v4 situation. Patsy still on the side. Can deny the bomb plant, and he will.
Time.
Yeah, 4 seconds left. The bomb plant has no chance of going down anymore. Christo is gonna actually survive to his detriment. He's gonna lose his AK. He's gonna lose his money in the next round. For those of you that don't know, if you're a terrorist and you die after the time, you get nothing. Nada. Zilch. Niente. I don't know any other languages, but in all of them, Christo was pretty screwed there. Oh, man.
God, that was a bit crazy on the A site. And Christo, as you say, just a deagle for him. He's not got an AK. He's not got a full weaponry. Excuse me. I had a bit of a air trying to exit me forcefully through the mouth.
Also known as a burp, colloquially.
Yeah. In some regions, yeah, I guess. But a bit of a cluster towards the top mid position as Doom. That's a huge kill to get. Taking down Patsy, giving AGF that advantage, the 1-man advantage, as it's going to be Dima and Sotfik to try and retake this A site as AGF looks to try and fight back, looks to try and give the T side a 4-2 scoreline. Dima has a kit, so they've got an extra bit of time to work with, but the clock is still ticking down on this bomb, and it looks like they're actually just going to go for the save, not really wanting anything to do with this round. They'll give AGF a 4th and keep these 2 weapons alive for the next, because they don't have all too much cash.
Definitely not. And AGF looking pretty good with their money. I mean, after this round, the 3 surviving players won't be spending all that much in the next one. Even the utility on Frostlev and TMB, right? Like, that's not something we talk about normally. But saving, like, the 2 flashes or, like, a molly that you have into the next round, that's still money you're saving, right? That's money you're building up. And that kind of stuff adds up eventually. You don't want to, like... Wow, those plants are actually floating there behind the water. I never noticed.
Terrible.
Valve, please fix. I suppose there's no legal spot you can actually see that from, but come on, that's gonna bother me forever now. Those plants back there, they're just floating. No regard for physics.
Luckily I looked away as that flyby was happening, so I didn't actually see them.
Ah, good.
So I can live in doubt my entire life now still. Thank you.
Ignorance truly is bliss. And the T's, they're gonna be a little bit ignorant of Banana in this one. Dima, left all alone, bottom of it. Still some utility to be helping out here, but it looks like he will just be backing off, letting the T's use up their utility to retake the Banana position and then have less left over for the side to take. As look at that, like that grenade did nothing. You just denied $300 for the enemy team. Congratulations. That's how you play CS. There are a million different variations of direct and indirect attack, and if you read Sun Tzu, you would know. That's very much something you need to look after. I did read The Art of War to be a better IGL. Didn't really work, not gonna lie.
I'm more a fan of The Art of Love. I'm a soppy romantic.
That's a
but
different.
It never works out for me.
That's a different kind of positioning that you learned from that. None of this CT setup nonsense.
Yeah, The Art of Love told me, doesn't matter where you're going in life, you'll end up where you end up, and even if you don't have a direction, you'll always be going one. And now, no idea what that means. I just made it up.
Well, yeah,
but no idea.
You can't always say, and the direction they're going is the B bomb site. But Patsy, from the first Orange's position, will be shutting them down somewhat. A 3v3 situation here, as Christo is pretty low, so the advantage would still go to Espada, and the spray through the smoke onto the planting T. Time pretty much out, and Luki is lucky to be surviving with his round, but he peeks into it in the end, just throwing away the advantage. What the hell was that? Like, I'm not the only one that saw that, right? Luki did just, like, after time peek for no reason.
Yeah, he just
to
did
CT.
it himself.
That is the worst play I have seen all day.
This is one of the best plays I've seen, though. Patsy, little 3k with the MP9, looking for a little bit more. He's just against pistols, but he's gonna die. As Netric is last alive, 1v3. Espada were looking good to take this round very cleanly, but a couple of players going down at the end, main things a little bit more costly than they maybe would have liked. But 3 players alive, probably the minimum you'd want.
For sure. And looking at the economy here for both teams, looking pretty healthy all across the board. The T is getting basically everything they really wanted. Only 3 players on, like, slightly reduced utility. Not going to matter too much in this one. As an even score line here, 4-4. We're going to be going for a 3-player presence toward Banana. 2 of them chucking grenades as Dexter does go for the peek, but the deep smoke. Oop.
Oh, no.
You're not going to love that if you're Dexter. Doesn't actually knock him down too bad, but you hate to see it.
It's never fun.
No.
It's not going to inspire improved confidence and morale among the troops, that's for sure. And Sotvik will be punished by death for that nade, as he does get taken down by Tomb. But a 1-4 trade ain't too bad. Espada, they'll keep it in a 4-on-4. As they actually just fall back from Banana, allow Agf a lot of control in that location.
And Espada rotating 3 players toward the A site. Probably not going to be something they're going to be happy about if the B take does come in fast. And it looks like the bomb is kind of committed with 1 lurk player in the apartments. Going to be a little bit of a nuisance there, but he isn't actually making any noise, so a rotate to B is happening. And as the grenade stack onto the Coffin's position does happen, Dima, he knows there's 2 players on Banana at least. Backup has already arrived. The cavalry racing on in there, but AGF, well, they know what's up, so at this point they go to A. Lucky already in a forward position, ready to help out from the apartments, and this is gonna be a little bit of a scary hold for Finnegan. He is already gonna preemptively smoke his feet so that no Molotov can touch him, and Patsy mollying off short, delaying them further. 17 seconds left. Looks like we're gonna be seeing yet another time expiration sort of round coming in from the T's, but no, they actually just get the entries and the bomb will be going down with the 5 seconds to spare. Didn't expect it to be that loose. I thought it was going to be closer than that, but the CT is really not doing their job in this one, as Dima is the last one left alive with 21 HP. Gonna have to go back, save this M4, wait for better days, and AGF, well, they just secured the lead here.
Yeah, it's so sad for Demon there, because he starts spraying through the smoke. Actually puts Netric down really low on HP, 25. If he just kept the spray going a little bit longer, might have caught Netric there just at the end, and it might have inspired him to go for that 1v1. But Lucky might have just won it out anyway. You never know. But AGF 5 on the board for them. So, lead back in their favor, and what's this stat going to be? Let's have a look. Entry kills.
Do love a good entry kill.
2.
Dexter really leading in this situation. Dima as well. Netric and Christo doing their part. Christo really popping off in the first map. I hope he has some fuel left in the tank after like all of his efforts were kind of dashed there at the end. Always disappointing to be carrying and then lose the map in a close fashion. But he is just on loan from North, so I don't think he's going to be too perturbed by that.
I mean, obviously, he wants to have some good results with the team, but the individual performances are really what his aim is here, to try and improve himself individually as well as sort of adapt to team environments, and good kills coming through from the Espada side limit the AGF players down to just 2 and the bomb down towards Banana makes things very difficult as they try and push in towards A. Even if they've gotten the site, they wouldn't have a bomb to plant. So Patsy cleans things up, and it is going to be 5-5, tied up yet again.
Not a single kill coming through for Espada, and I mean coming through onto Espada rather, and their money is starting to build up here a little bit. They don't obviously have enough to buy completely if they lose one, but this is how it starts, right? The snowball effect is going to really come into play here if they manage to pick this one up, and it looks like they will. AGF on a reduced buy, and Banana control in the cards, but will they be able to capitalize off of it? Who knows? Let's find out. What does the big toe say?
The big toe know.
We both went for that.
The Espada side are going to be able to convert this anti-force buy with 4 players alive. We'll go with that.
That's nice and specific, yeah.
And it's certainly looking that way so far. I mean, 5 players alive right now.
Yeah,
but...
Sodfik not looking like he's going to be going down. Gets the shot. Ooh, doesn't actually. Dexter gets him in the end. So I'm gonna put that one as 1L that the big toe predictor has gotten so far. Your score is good though so far. 3 against 1.
Yeah. Well, it's not my score; it's the big toe score.
Yeah,
I don't
obviously.
influence the big toe.
Yeah, but you
I'm relaying the information.
Relay the information. Yes, thank
Yeah.
you. Just letting us into the big toes insight, the analytical mind, only rivaled by that of Twitch chat. Which, if you have a prediction, please throw it in there. I'm interested to see which team I'm supposed to be pogging up and which one I'm supposed to be saying they're bad. Always love to pander to the crowd in that sense. I don't actually have any favorites here. I mean, this is come on. A full team of Russians versus a Danish squad.
I think what you meant to say in that situation is, I'm a caster, there's no way I could ever be biased, no matter what the teams are.
Oh, obviously, no. There's no way I can sort of have a subjective impact on what the commentary is like in the end. I just read the kill feed, I don't really care.
You know what's sad? I was actually gonna say Big Toe says 4 players alive that round against just the Glocks, but
didn't actually commit to it, yeah.
No, I didn't commit. Which is sad. I mean, a Big Toe was gonna say it.
obviously.
Yeah.
Lukey actually with a Glock burst. Love to see those. Obviously, a little bit of a.
I hate the Glock burst.
Yeah, but it was so like good in like the other versions of Counter-Strike. There's no way you just can't implement it in CS. The FAMAS burst as well, but I hope
That's even worse.
I hope they buff the FAMAS burst at some point because there's no real reason to use it currently.
How would you even buff it?
Make it like more accurate, or like all you have to do is like pull down slightly and all of the bullets land in one place. That makes it like a skillful weapon, in my opinion.
I mean, that just sounds outrageous.
Yeah, but
couldn't get more accurate when you burst it.
With the R8 update, I think anything is possible.
An R8 Valve. Burst.
Oh god, an R8. But don't give Valve any ideas here. They're always listening. The walls have eyes. Ears, rather.
Yeah, the walls do have ears.
As AGF does go for a little bit of an unassisted peek there, does to him. And Dexter does manage to find him. And now it's the T's chance to actually get something done. Just go for like an aggressive peek somewhere. Get an early advantage. Patsy going for the wide swing and downs the bomb. And that's going to trigger a rotation into the arches area. The T's can no longer just go B undetected. Dima watching the smoke here as they will be forced into the push, but Patsy does go down here in the end, and Dexter pushes the smoke, managing to assist Dima a little bit in heart. Moral support more than anything, and 3 players surviving for Espada on this one. AGF really not getting it done on the T half right now.
Looking a little lackluster, but there's still time to pull it back. As look at those odds.
Yeah, even after even after losing the first map in this best of 3, right? The audience, they've seen the HLTV page, they know the odds, the percentages that are favoring Espada right now, and it looks like that's justified. AGF probably going to be losing this one as well. Tech9s and the Deagle hopefully going to be able to do something in this one, though not terribly likely. As okay, Tomb gets a nice headshot just across the broken wall. And this round has officially begun. The T's on A. Got to do something now. It's their turn.
Certainly is, and it's going to need to be a big follow-up to try and match up to what Tomb just did. And Finnegan, he can only find one as a Tech9s. They rip apart the A site. Dexter's body stricken from all life. It's now Espada having to just save against the pistols, and back to it. Feels like it's been a while since we've had a force by victory, to be fair. It's been a while.
It has been. We were very used to force by victories going the force buyer's way in the previous matchup versus where it was Hellraisers versus Galaxy Racer. That was a bit of a cluster, that whole best of 3. Hellraisers obviously did manage to bring it home to get, like, at the end on train, but those first 2 maps, both of them winning each other's picks, just complete lunacy.
Bit of madness.
So many kills coming in there consecutively, and looking at Dexter and Lukey here. Obviously going the way of Dexter for now. Usually we see
Look at that ADR.
Usually we see Christo on the highlight, but it looks like he's been replaced for now.
Well, it's T-side Inferno. Not really many chances to get an ult going on the T-side of Inferno. He does have one this round, but even then it's still hard to get opening frags, and it's more of a post-plant weapon if you play it on the T-side. So, can't really knock him too much for that, but he will need to come alive on the CT side with that ult.
Espada really committing 3 players to Banana, doing a whole bunch of damage here. Oh my god, Tomb manages to get one through the smoke, almost picks up a double. Dexter narrowly escapes with 27 HP, and now the A-take is actually on its way. Finnegan playing the balcony position, does drop down, and Patsy's behind the smoke, can't help him, no crossfires here. Does actually do it through the smoke, but does get downed in the end, and both the CTs that were playing the B position have to actually commit now, as Dexter already dies, and Sotvik looks like he won't be saving it. I don't imagine why he'd be taking this route. Oh no, looks away just the right wrong time, does manage to get one though, and the half will be completed. Espada 8, AGF 7. I believe I predicted this one here.
You did predict it.
No big toe necessary.
I remember that happening. No.
Just my.
Well, I mean, do you not have a big toe?
I mean, yeah, but it didn't play a part in this one.
Okay. How can you be so sure?
Well, there isn't a hole in my sock, so the big toe can't actually talk through the fabric. You know, it kind of muffles the speech.
You're suffocating it.
Yeah.
Ah, dear.
Human mouths do function differently, so please do wear a mask if you can.
They do, yeah.
It will not get suffocated by the equivalent of 1 sock's worth of cloth. You can actually make your own masks out of old socks. Just cut off the ends a little bit.
And wash them first.
Oh, well, yeah, obviously you want to get them straight out of the wash, but it is actually pretty simple to do those, so no need to buy those overpriced disposable ones. You're not really, you don't need surgeon-grade stuff in your cabinet. You just need something to keep the mouth particles from reaching the other people, and you should be doing your part in that sense.
Certainly so. My area's gone into a big lockdown again.
Same.
Which is sad.
We are all red all the time. No moving in between municipalities, and we have like 300 or something. Very segmented. It's like a few hundred people per municipality. Those guys are really screwed. The only thing they can do is like go to like a few stores.
As long as they can, eat.
Yeah. I mean, it's rural Slovenia. They have their own gardens. They're gonna be fine. But
Not quite the jackpot this time, though, on the stats.
No, Dima ruining it. First kill is going to be going to him, the all-important opening frag stat. 4 of them in these first 15 rounds. We'll be seeing what happens here. Someone's already typing GG into the chat. Like, I don't see how you can tell who's going to be coming home with this one. This is looking pretty even so far, even though the score, like, even if the scoreline wasn't even, like, the skill displayed pretty much back and forth, I think, tick for tack. And on this pistol round, they will be heading toward the B position. Sotfik helping out with some utility. A late smoke coming in for the CT cross, and the bomb will surely be crossing, but the retake already on its way. 2 players in construction and 2 more coming in from CT.
This is going to be a huge retake. Espada can deny it, but actually they look like they're going to. Christu and Frostlev, they do find a couple. Finnegan deals with the player over towards Ruins, and it leaves it all up towards Christu, who will get dropped by Dima and Espada. They do manage to find a 9th. Pistol round goes their way. Little bit of a chance for AGF to maybe force by the way back into this one, but on the CT side, it's a little bit more difficult.
Definitely, especially since you can't really dictate where the engagements are going to be happening. I mean, you can just rush down middle, but Dima and Finnegan, they have AKs, you know. They're gonna stop you if anyone is watching that. So 4-man spray down, hopefully not in the cards. As there you go, they're just rushing down middle, but no AKs are watching. Sotfik not really wise to it in that Mac 10, really not going to be doing anything against the armored opponents, as he only downs. Only one goes down so far, rather. Yeah. Sotfik also going down, and the bomb securely going to be planted on A, while one T player watching the cross still does manage to spot something out. And the CT is really not confident about this one. I think they just save this. They should.
I think they should as well. Keep these MP9s, the SMGs into the next round. They're going to go for it, though, and 2 on the Deagle. Actually collects a kill on towards Dexter, so that's a rifle picked up now, and definitely save that rifle if you can. However, the rest of the players are going to be trying to push towards the site by the looks of things, or at least hem Espada in to make it as costly as possible as a made towards Mini Pit. Not going to do anything apart from slaughter that chicken. Feathers everywhere. I know. This is why maybe you should have saved that AK, because you've committed to the fight and you've lost the fight. Tomb with a Deagle who can get 1 more kill. So it's definitely a costly round for Espada as long-range fights. I think Patsy's dead to the bomb. So is Tomb. Finnegan finishes him off. It is 10 for Espada, double digits for them as they are looking to try and close this game 2-0. They're in a good position to do so, actually.
Very much so. AGF really managing to get 4 kills in that round, but I don't think it was worth it. I mean, look at the T's economy right now. It's enough for like a completely full buy. And in this one, well, they're going to be giving it up for free, our AGF. That full USP, well, Frostlev does have a Deagle, and TMB does as well, but like basically just a throwaway round where you could have had MP9s in this one, and Espada, well, their economy would have taken about the same hit as if you just played it again, so I don't know if I'm a fan of that.
Yeah, Espada should be able to close out this one pretty cleanly. I mean, a stack towards B. Not going to work out by the looks of things, because it looks like Espada are pretty committed towards A at this point. And no armor for these AGF players makes them very soft targets. Frostlev tries to find some shots through the smoke. Dexter is just absolutely going to rinse him. Spots out the tracers, takes him down, and that is the 5-on-4. The bomb planted. And Espada pretty much locking in their 11th. But look at Espada, they're hunting through Banana. This is dangerous. They've only left 2 players towards A. However, Patsy gets one on the Mac 10. Now these Espada players are having to double back to try and get back towards the A site. Dima's just trying to stay alive as long as he can towards the pit, not really under too much pressure, as AGF obviously haven't realized that there was only 1 player actually towards that A site at the moment, as they are just picking up these last kills. 2 the last player alive. Now the last player dead for the AGF side, as it is 11-7 on Espada. A very nice start to the second half, but can they continue the momentum into the gun rounds?
Rip6X, happy birthday to you, my dude. He is from the Philippines, and it just went over midnight there, apparently. I didn't fact check him, but I'm sure he's right.
Yeah, I mean, happy birthday, Rip6X. Rip6, I guess. Rip6, I'd say.
Yeah, but then there's like a Roman numeral 9, so maybe he was going for a 6'9" kind of thing.
69.
You never know.
6'9. I mean, wasn't that rapper or something 6'9"? Did he die, or was that a different one?
That was a different one. Tekashi 6'9" did actually go into prison or something, and then he went out with like one of those trackers on his ankle. So a little bit of SoundCloud rapper lore there for you guys, in case you didn't keep up with it. I don't understand the music myself, but I am 27, so I'm obviously supposed to just like stuff that was popular when I was 14. Bit of Linkin Park, bit of Euro pop.
Bit of a Goomba stomp there for Demos. It landed on Christou's head. Does take him down, but AGF, they pick up an 8th first gun round for them in their favor.
Yeah, going pretty much as expected there. And AGF picking up, well, Netric has a FAMAS, but other than that, a full buy coming in. And Sotfik on the Mac 10, going to be causing some trouble with that, I'm sure.
Also, someone else in chat said Caster is high with foot fetish.
What? No.
So there's that.
It's his own big toe. Who would like his own feet? Even foot fetishists aren't that weird. Come on.
Yeah, it is. That would be an odd one. I mean, I'm guessing he wasn't here for the last map. Would make sense. Which would explain a lot of the context, but I think even with context, it is just a weird one.
Absolutely, but you know, we're too far gone now to explain it fully. Yeah. So, just gonna have to watch this A push coming in here. Christo from the site up close manages to actually die without downing anyone. Well, his teammates do some work, but Sotfik, TMB, the last one surviving here for the CT side. Espada with pretty much a flawless round here. Getting to keep a lot of these guns into the next round, and ooh, TMB does actually have something to say about that, but he does drop eventually, and no save for him, as the $2,000 to $3,000 economy on their side really not going to be conducive to a good buy here. Probably going to be going into a full save, getting Espada like a 13th round, and then they have such a big lead. I don't think AGF can realistically come back from this one. Espada's been playing really well.
Espada are playing really good. I'm surprised. I was expecting AGF to have themselves a grand old time on Inferno here after the close affair. They put it 2-1 overpass, but right now Espada, they're the ones in control, and they're the ones who have themselves an anti-eco. With a scout for Netric, a couple Deagles purchased. Bit more of a min buy than an eco, I guess.
Yeah, everyone was expecting them to perform here, but the underdog betters, I'm sure they're going to be loving this one. Netric trying to save it for the AGF side. Does tag one down and gets a headshot onto Banana as well, but he is still the lone player watching this B aggression. He's just re-peeking with the scout. The movement that you get while you're scoped in, really helping him out there, but man, this is still looking really tough for AGF, especially since, well, they're not going to be able to get to the low HPTs. Dexter is just defending them.
Oh my god.
And that is going to be a nice round from Espada. Like, I know it was a anti-eco / bad buy, but
still nice shots.
Still very nice shots to be hitting. Yeah, like you do love to see those.
Yeah, often they, especially with all those shots against people who have the faster movement speed with just the pistols, could be quite hard to hit. Dexter, no issues for him though, and I mentioned it before the game, before even the first map, that he was one to watch out for on that Espada side, and well, he's certainly showing that right now. I think he's 2.42 on this KD and 126 ADR in this second map, and that is huge. Huge amounts of damage coming through, and It's a progression from Espada up towards top mid early on. Luki in towards the boiler room. Does manage to collect himself 1 kill, but Demon already wrapping in towards the site. A nice tap on towards Christy, and with Luki dealt with in towards the apartments, it's the A site pretty much in Espada's control.
Definitely looking scary here for AGF. Yet again, the grenades rain in on the site. Not going to be doing too much. Finnegan does get dropped down just a tiny wee bit. But AGF, they see the writing on the wall. And it spells save. With all the letters spaced out. All of them block capitals.
I'd go for an oof here.
not quite a yikes, but it is definitely an oof.
Yeah, the Roblox oof, especially.
Yeah. Or the Minecraft oof. They also did that. Like the when you take damage in Minecraft, you go kind of like ooh, ooh. Fairly decent Steven impression, isn't it? Or Steve, rather.
Mm. I think I've got a pretty good villager impression. If you want to hear it. Her. Her. Her.
This is going off the rails. We started with Scooby-Doo impressions in the first map. Now we're doing Minecraft Villager. This is going... this is not going in the show reel, for sure.
This is definitely going in the show reel.
I bring lighthearted comedy. That's something tournament organizers are really looking for. I think analytical ability is the stat you want to be boosting if you're trying to get into this business, but it is a bit
99 in Minecraft impressions.
Oh man.
But only 7 in casting. Yeah.
And apparently,
Espada.
yeah.
Oh, I mean, this could be it for AGF here. 14-8. They're down a man already. They're going to go for the boost over by a new box. We'll see if that will win them a round, but they're going to need more than a round. They need many rounds.
You know what they need? They need this round, because if they don't win it, Espada is on the map point, and they're on the lower economy. So a very crucial round here, actually, coming in. As a B take will be going on with 3 CTs already rotated there. One of them goes down, but will they be expecting a second? Frostlev gets something done. That's good. That's a good start. And now Christo on the off angle actually gets pre-fired. That is just going to be heartbreaking for Christo. As a double spray down comes in from Frostlev, they line up for him, and a triple there. AGF, they're still in the game.
1 kill for Frostlev. You want to hear what the Big Toe is saying right now?
Oh boy, let's go to the caster's desk with Big Toe.
16-10 for Espada.
Okay, so you're predicting that AGF is going to be winning this one, and then...
No. Espada win this one, and then AGF win the next, and then Espada win the one after.
Okay. Well, we're seeing if that one comes true. As the banana control will be going the way of Espada, and now AGF, well, they're just waiting for the T's to push on into them. It looks like the bomb hasn't actually fully committed. I mean, it can still rotate into the apartments, but it looks like one of the apartments player will be rotating toward banana instead. And Finnegan here, left on the lurk, just going to be finding a kill perhaps. He does know that short presence is there, but an AWP looking scary. He did hear the scope coming in, so he ordered an airstrike coming in. Just a little bit of a Molotov there to force him off the angle. And now, a lot of these players committed toward A, it seems like. Unless they've jebaited the caster once more, this will be an A take with 3 AGF players just waiting in pit, mini pit, and long respectively. Christo on some nice HP there.
30 seconds on the clock. Espada need to start pushing now, and they do. Out of the apartments, they push in towards the site. They're going to be able to collect onto Christu. Frostlev, though, he's still around, and Lucky's there as well, and they're going to be able to nail a lot of shots down. It's all up to Finnegan. And the Big Toe might have got it wrong here.
Definitely F in chat for Big Toes predictions. Netrick managing to find the last kill, and this is going to be a 10th round for Agf Espada on the back foot, but they can still bring it back. They do have a massive advantage going forward. Looking at the players, seeing who's been performing, it is the Espada players on top with TMB, Netrick, and Lucky behind them. Entry kill is a very important stat, as whoever gets the first one is not guaranteed, but like the percentages go pretty high up in terms of win rates. Tell you what, like it is like a scary stat if your team has no entry kills, right? Usually then you are getting pretty much stomped, so it is a great indicator of which team is doing better.
Yeah. And a couple AKs for Espada that they bring forward, alongside some just pistols, a couple Glocks, P250, all they have to work with. But they've kept their economy around that 2k mark, so they'll let a round slide to AGF here most likely, and then give themselves a huge chance at 15 with the full buy. But AGF, definitely not out of this yet. I mean, only 4 rounds behind. It's not all over, but they need to make sure they're not going to concede rounds here. They need to try and string a few consecutives together. Otherwise, things are going to start getting down and dirty. Now, there is a bit of aggression towards top mid from Espada. 50 seconds on the clock. Christu with the misses the shot. Not what you want to see. And Molotov, just to give himself cover and try and fade away, will allow it. But Patsy, with one of those AKs, has secured the first. But Lucky, a nice double trade, gives the AGF side a huge advantage. He's going to get a third as well. Netrick will get another, and it's all up towards Dima. P250. That's been spotted out, and it's surely going to be AGF for an 11 now.
Definitely, and a little bit of a missed opportunity here from Espada. They were looking so good, but as soon as that short push came in, that kind of threw a wrench in the works, and from there on, they just couldn't recover, right? So, going into this one with a little bit of lackluster utility, but it is going to get the job done. They wish to execute somewhere, and AGF obviously building up their economy quite a bit now. Not that that really matters, as 2 rounds lost and they are in fact out. So I think they're pretty good economy-wise for the rest of the half here, as we will be seeing where that goes. Krista with the opening kill, but Frostlev also chiming in, and the bomb has been downed. This B take is null and void, as if they successfully push it, there's no C4 to punch the digits in. And Dima falls because he was in a forward position there at the end, and well, it's just down to Dexter and Patsy. Really, really disappointing stuff for the Espada squad. Gonna have to recover in the following rounds, where I don't think they're gonna be saving these AKs. Not getting any money when you lose, throwing you that far off kilter, like in relation to the rest of your team, right? Getting that economy so like to only a few players and not all of them is pretty devastating. But this B take, a little bit of a quieter one. Not going to be checking the first orange's position. Actually, Dexter does manage to spot it out in the end. And now only Netrick here on the B-bomb site. Going to have to sort of play around the new box area. Doesn't actually manage to as he gets mollied out. And now Patsy, he's not committing to the bomb plant. They need the money. I don't know why he isn't doing it, but he's expecting more players to be on B and doesn't know the banana is actually where all the CTs are hanging out. Actually cannot get any more kills done there, as a timeout has been called, presumably from the Espada side.
Things getting very, very juicy now. Juicy like a bit of a like a fresh cucumber.
Those are fairly juicy.
They are very juicy, like 98% water. It's one of the definitions of juicy. Christu's had an absolute mare on Inferno.
Yeah, well, his KD 0.43, not something you want to see from the star player, right? ADR 51 leaves something to be desired. I thought having a mare was a good thing.
No, it means nightmare.
Ah, having a mare like that. Okay.
And obviously, a mare is also a horse of some sort.
Yeah, but having a horse
male
is
horse.
like surely a good thing. Like back in the day, if you had a horse, that was a pretty good acquisition to have, you know.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean horse in the context. It means nightmare. So there's that. This is an informative stream as well.
Yeah.
Don't you ever forget that.
English colloquialisms with Dan-chan.
Yeah, I know a lot of them.
I do not,
Obviously.
having never
Being
lived in the
British.
UK.
It's weird that when you live in the UK, you learn the sort of colloquialisms and slang that we have.
How many of the rhyming slang ones do you know? I know apples and pears means upstairs, and having a bubble bath is having a laugh.
I don't know almost none of them.
Oh, really? They didn't teach you that in school, huh?
No.
I suppose they wouldn't.
No, that's an old folk thing.
You know, pop goes the weasel.
Of course.
That means to pop is to pawn, and the weasel is a valuable. So pop goes the weasel means my valuables have been pawned. And back in the day, you know, London hatters would do that to just get drunk on a Saturday night.
Lovely.
Fun facts with Sermon. Fun facts with Dan. This is just a fun fact stream while we look at this gimme round here for the AGF squad. Espada only on Deagles. Probably not going to be going their way. Although some miracle Deagle shots may fix that. But already one player down. That does sort of put the odds into the AGF's favor. A retake of top banana does actually look a little bit scary for Espada at this juncture, but not going to be getting any kills. And two of their players down to like single-digit HP. Going to be committing to this A take in the end, and not looking terribly good. Frostlev going to be finding a multi-kill here, most likely. Only manages to find one, but the other one has been down to low HP, as though they needed more low HP players, and Patsy as well on 20. This is just a low HP bonanza going on, as Patsy does manage to find another kill. Not terribly doable, as he is stuck in the mini pit position, and the bomb is down on long. But with 13 seconds left, it's not like he can plant it anyway. And it looks like he will be saving the AWP in apartments. Ooh, careful.
Be careful, he doesn't make too much noise,
Oh,
though.
he is, though. He's going to get found on the cross. And was that after time or not? I don't even know. Let's see.
No.
Patsy.
I don't believe so.
What's his economy going to be like?
We'll check now. It was before time.
Good. Just narrowly, I imagine.
Yeah, 2 seconds before time.
2? Oh, okay. Well,
2 seconds.
well, I'll be. That looked a lot closer than I thought, and the loot bet odds don't seem to be close at all. Espada favored here as AGF. Well, if they can make it work on this CT, this CT round, I imagine the odds will be going their way significantly. A very important round for both teams here. And Espada, hopefully they can find some initial frags. Not going to be happening on Banana so far, just a lot of smokes in play right now, too many to make anything work. As they do decide to favor the apartments and upper mid area. Finnegan going to be flashed out of boiler pretty soon, I imagine. And presence on long does look a little bit scary, short being smoked off. Just great map control coming in from Espada so far, and it looks like they'll be congregating toward the banana position now to take that, leave the CTs guessing the entire time. And I don't think AGF are going to keep 4 players on A much longer. One of them already rotating, a second one to follow through the arch position. And the bomb now really has to make up its mind. Is it A or B, pointy or round? Which letter?
It's going to be the round, eh? No, it's pointy, pointy, pointy. No, round.
Round. They are going to be going through arches. One CT already falls to Dexter, and Patsy finds the second. Onto long. Dima, through the hole in the smoke, doesn't manage to get anything done, but the bomb, it can just fall back, and the pointy letter is going to be in the one they choose in the end. No CTs waiting for them, but one of them deep in apartments does actually manage to find Patsy, and they're going to be scared. They're going to have a lot of angles to deal with here, as TMB does make his way towards shorts. So, oh man, An exchange happens around him, and a 2v2 now, with the smoke still down on long, giving TMB some extra time to push through it while his teammate is stuck. Doesn't manage to find anyone on the obvious spot, but that's by the by, and Finnegan does get the closing kill here. I think Tomb, no real chance of getting this back into this one. Does manage to find the first spray down and the second. Doesn't have enough time though. 10 seconds.
Yeah, he
if
does.
there's
He
no
has the kit.
He has kit. Let's go. This is going to be a round win for AGF and a 14-14 score line. I said it was an important round, and that actually turned out to not be true, as Espada has plenty of money to buy up.
Why does he take? Why does a second player take the swing there? That's mental.
No idea. He could have just sat in the mini pit forever and just waited for the defuse. Really.
I think maybe wanted to try and deny him getting in towards the site.
But at that point, you can just wait and then, like, wide swing when he taps the bomb.
Yeah.
He's gonna be in the corner. What's he gonna do? Like, wide swing you back? I don't think so.
But, I mean, nice comeback here from AGF. What was it, 14-8? 14-9?
Something like that.
And it's quite a few rounds in a row, and already another kill for Tomb. Continuing on that clutch from the previous. Looking for more, but he's down on 40 HP as they push forward. He will get taken down. Another player towards the back is very low. That's Netric. Low HP in the smoke. Who will actually be saved by Frostlev. But still inside of the smoke, he sits, and it starts to fade. He's going to get another. Finnegan can't find him. And AGF, they're going to find 15 here.
Yeah, we are inching ever so closer toward the third map. Espada not going to be able to buy anything on the next one. If I was Sotfik, I would just save this AK, because, like, for real, what are you expecting to do here? You have 5 HP, you have a bomb on your back, and you have a CT looking at your exact position right now. Gonna get sprayed down in the end. A few missed bullets, but no matter, as Lucky does find him in the end. And a 15th for AGF, as you said. Map point. And Espada really want this overtime so they can secure it in 2 rounds.
Yeah, this is not the best buy for Espada. A couple Galils, an AK, a couple Mac 10s. It's a rough one, that's for sure.
I would not call it the best, but I wouldn't call it the worst either. This is still fairly doable. And the way Espada have been playing, right? The sort of messy rounds they've been winning. I think they actually do have a chance in this one, but we'll see. As top mid aggression is perfectly justified. AGF stacking it with 4 players. Banana pretty much left to the tease. If they only knew how they were positioned right now, they would just rush B completely. Not gonna be happening though. And the bomb, very dangerous to have it here all the way next to Boiler. There's 4 players all around them. Looking forward to seeing how these gunfights are going to pan out, as Christo does actually throw a smoke that delays it even further. So let's start to rotate toward B, but here's the gunfire happening on the A-bomb site, and decides to rotate back. An entry for Dima, but a nice defense here from Luki. Manages to pick up 2. But Dima does actually deny him in the end. Okay, yeah, that was very surprising. And 2 terrors survive with Netric on the retake. What I say, Espada, they can make anything work.
Oh dear, that team kill with the HE grenade. I think was it Tomb or was it Lucky you found the kill? I can't remember, but either way, it's left them in a very difficult position. Netric at 1v2, his teammate did similar from before in this position. 25 seconds on the clock. He does spot out what the position of one of these players. It's basically identical to the last round. But this time it's to try and force overtime for Espada. And it will be overtime. Dexter nails the final shot with the AWP, and it is going to be overtime galore. 15-15. Oh dear.
A nail-biter of a series. I'm pretty sure someone in chat said they had like a $4,000 bet going on, I think Espada going 2-0. I'm not entirely certain what that one was. Please refresh our memories. I know you're still active here in the chat. Please don't bet any kind of money that you can't afford to lose. But hey, if you can afford to drop 4K on this one, be my guest. If any of y'all fancy your odds, you can also just scroll on down to Loot Bet. Use those sign-up bonuses and all that. Get in on the action. If you want your heart rate to accelerate, you know, past the healthy amount and sort of age you by 2 years on these kinds of matchups. Be my guest.
Especially with online CS. Very, very back and forth games.
Mm-hmm.
It's never feels like a clear-cut winner.
No, never feels like your bet is safe, is it? It's always in danger of some lunacy happening.
Why it's a bet. That's why it's gambling.
that is indeed why they call it gambling, yes. Although no, it is actually, the phrase is betting, because it is different. Because the gambling is like a casino where you're basically guaranteed to lose the roulette wheel, right? But with betting, you can predict.
Gambling isn't gambling just paying something but not always getting something in return?
That could be it, but let's say sports betting is definitely a little bit more consistent than a roulette wheel.
Yeah,
let's put it that way. You can beat the system
random.
if you're smart enough, if you watch enough CS, if you've got the cojones to put your money where your mouth is. And looks like Cristo is going to be putting an op shot into no one in particular here. Just falls back with 2 missed shots. Going to be a fast execute here from Espada, perhaps. Also, the in-game volume has dropped significantly. I hope I didn't cause that. Sorry about that on the stream. Oh boy, the nice little spray down there coming in, and the B defensive really reigning supreme here. Finnegan, the last T alive, not for long, as AGF pick up the first round in the CT half of this overtime.
People really didn't like me calling betting gambling.
It is different.
It's not, though.
I don't know the dictionary definition.
I just googled the actual definition of gambling. Gambling is the wagering of money on something or gambling is the wagering of money or something of value on an event with an uncertain outcome, with the primary intent of winning money or material goods. Therefore, betting falls under gambling. You've been absolutely lawyered. I
have been thoroughly lawyered in this one, and I retract all of my previous statements. The B execute, however, isn't going to get retracted. It is going to be going forward full steam ahead. 2 entry kills for Espada, and they are actually going to be planting the bomb with only 2 CTs left to retake. Pretty much a secured round for them, and no sense in saving. 16k B03. Wait, no, max round 6, I suppose. Overtimes here, so 16k, meaning you can buy every round. You don't have to worry about economy. You can go for a retake, no matter how unlikely it is that Luki will get a 1v4 here. But, you know, at least we get to see the attempts now. During regulation time, these guys would be saving 100%.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And 16 to 16. A very nice hit towards the B site for Espada there, getting the kills cleanly, getting the bomb down in a good situation. As it is. MR3, 16k, as you said. So, who's going to pick up this final round? I don't know. Big Toe isn't giving me any insights anymore.
No tingles. Did you manage to switch out your socks, by the way, or is your toe still cold?
It's still cold.
Oh, man. You had a break in between and everything. Could have had a nice, fresh pair of socks.
I know, but they're all downstairs, so it'd be a run downstairs, and it'd also mean walking on the laminate flooring.
Oh, yeah.
With a hole in my sock, so...
I'm just giving away that you don't cast from your bedroom, by the way.
I do cast in my bedroom.
But your clothes aren't in your bedroom?
No, but the socks are on the washer downstairs, on the dryer.
So you're all out of socks right now.
I am all out of socks. This was my last pair upstairs.
F in chat, boys. For Dan's supply of socks, and F in chat for the CTs in this one, losing 3 on top middle. Gonna be left with only 1 more. Cristo, though, he is the player you want left if you want a clutch, but man, losing Netric as well, that is gonna put Cristo into a very difficult position. He does give away his position with a flash, and now this AWP looking mighty tasty for the Espada side, wanting to shut him down fast as possible. Espada winning this half of the overtime, and we'll be seeing if they can get 2 rounds in the next one. Remember, 19, the magic number we're looking for. If you reach 19, you win. If both teams reach 18, we go for another overtime, as we all love to see.
Do you reckon we're going to go to another overtime, or what are you saying? I'm still... I don't know. I feel like Espada probably close out this game here. But I'd like to see AGF taking us to a third map.
I think, yeah, everyone except the guy that placed a ludicrous bet for a 2-0 would love to see a third one here. We'll see, however, as Espada are looking pretty spicy. Gonna be pretty happy going into the CT half here. One round going their way, and they're gonna be loving life. But a little bit of a pause here coming in. Not sure from which side. We don't have any indications. Presumably from the AGF side, however, as Espada are left to cool off a little bit. Perhaps talk about their options. Talk about if they're going to be going for any aggressive peaks. But knowing that AGF has like a full set of utility right, this is going to be a bit of a risky peak if you want to do it. Usually reserve the aggressive plays for when the T's perhaps are playing a little bit more scared, you know.
Definitely. Dexter with that up now on the CT side. See what he can do with it, as they had a very strong start, but...
Aggressive plays don't work out. Patsy goes down.
Yeah, that's
the mid
good
push.
Start for AGF. Good start for AGF. They want to try and find 17 here. Tied things up early against the Espada side. That nade does quite a lot as well onto Christou. AGF, they're going to push towards his A site. 3 players in defense to try and hold them back for the time being. But will we be able to? That is the question. That Molotov will hold them back for a little while.
Frostlev.
While it burns.
Yeah, Frostlev sort of warming up his bum for this rush that's going to happen here. And the first kill already going their way. 2 more players await for them on the A side. Lukey removes one of them. And Finnegan all alone on top of this box. Just a lighthouse shining a beacon as to where the T's have to go. Managed to down one, but Sotvik gonna be left in a 1v4. And as I said before, no reason to save. Has to actually go for it. Get some kills. Buff those stats. It's free money he's working with. Like you would be working with free money if you used loot bets. Sign up bonuses below the stream. Just kidding. And yeah, gets the 1 kill, but will be traded out immediately from 2 different angles, presumably. No? Alright, I guess he'll have to wide swing for his own death, and we'll be seeing a tied up scoreline here. Espada 2 rounds away from winning, but so are AGF.
Yeah, it all comes down to this. If they split it 1-1, it is going to be another overtime. But if one team picks up the next 2, it is them taking the victory. And if Espada do it, well, that's a series 2-0 to them. If AGF do it, that's us going to a third map decider. And any points for guesses? It is Nuke.
Definitely
should be an interesting match as well.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see these 2 teams duke it out on Nuke. Nuke it out, if you will.
Yeah.
As the first pick will be going the side of Espada for this one. Unless Sotvik overstays his welcome in the apartments. There's no guest room here, as Christou does remove him, but it is going to be an even trade, and those do favor the CTs if they're already in the lead. As the bomb will be getting picked up, but not anytime soon, actually. Yeah, now they do commit to it. And I wonder where it's actually going to be taken. Frostlev does find one in the apartments, but he does get downed. And now TMB on the edge of the smoke. Will he get flashed through or anything? There is still... No, just a flash on TMB and a Molotov on Netric. Gonna be trying to find something, but Dima finds him instead. And yeah, just no chance here for Netric. Patsy from the pit, gonna be shooting him in the back. And Espada gonna be winning this one, 18-17. One more round separates them from victory, and one more round separates AGF from a second overtime. Let's see which team will reign supreme here. Obviously 16k money, both teams will have enough for a full buy. and a double AWP setup on Espada as well.
Yeah, not too difficult running double ops on CT side of Inferno. It's not the worst thing in the world. Definitely can be to the benefit of the CT side. However, Team has taken a lot of damage towards the B banana approach. He's down to just 10 points of health, and they've really gotten nothing in return from that.
He was wearing a red onesie there, just taking a lot of damage. And Patsy on the off angle manages to find a double spray down here. This is looking excellent for Espada. As soon as I'm done talking about that, like, the round just sort of ends. All the AGF players died inconspicuously, and, well, that's going to be it for the Espada side. They win this one, 19-17. Don't believe the scoreline right now. They did get reversed for some reason. It is going to be a 2-0 victory here in this best of 3. They will be proceeding to the playoffs in AGF. It's going to be their turn to prove themselves against some other teams in the Swiss system. Any closing thoughts, Dan?
Yeah, AGF had a bit of a meltdown. Unfortunately, not on Nuke, as they couldn't take it to a third, and congrats to Espada for securing their playoff spot.
See you boys tomorrow. As 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 as